My mom said I need to do something with my hair, otherwise I gotta get it all cut off.
We booked the appointment at Style Kings at the barbershop. Let's go.
Do you want fabulous hair? Are you looking for a product strong enough to tame your 4C hair?
Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom, you don't have no more leave-in conditioner?
Give me this. I know you did not use my Style King leave-in conditioner.
Are you looking to knock the dust off them dreads? For a product that will rejuvenate and strengthen your hair, increase hair growth and shine, and smells great? Well, then you're in the right place. For the long, beautiful, healthy hair you deserve, choose Style King. Perfect on all hair types. Available online at theofficialkingpain.net. Get you some style today. Oh, and your mom called says she needs some more conditioner.
Are you looking for love? Tired of swiping left and right, spending countless hours reading online profiles only to be disappointed in the end? Then we may have the perfect solution for you. The Official King Pain presents Love Connections, a virtual blind dating show where the connection means everything. Are you ready for love? If so, apply now at theofficialkingpain.com. You might just find the love of your life on our show. We look forward to receiving your application soon, and remember that time is of the essence.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? It is the official King Pain Show. Yes, sir. After Dark. It is the home of the Lituation Win, where it is always lit. And tonight, it's like every night here, it's motherfucking lit. Okay, on period. Shout out to everybody coming back from the previous live. Okay, on period. Shout out to the replay gang. Okay. Yeah, it's up and it's motherfucking stuck. It is the home of the Lituation. It is the littest place on earth. It is the one and only dust-free zone where a dusty bitch could always never, where there's no rusty, dusty, musty, crusty, raggedy, dirty, crispy, sissy, pissy, or pussy assholes allowed. Okay, on period. Yeah, if you come over here being any of those things, my moderators will escort your dusty ass the fuck out. So don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that, Win. Okay, I'm here. Ew. This video is not made for kids. Everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys underneath the fair use and commentary doctrine. It's my motherfucking opinion mixed with receipts. Take it however you want to take it. Ooh. Just don't take it to the police, okay, on period. Because there's a lot of weird ass motherfucking shit going on here on period. And I'm telling you right now that the Official King Paint is not going, okay, on period. Justice for Tyree. The fuck, huh? Guys, continue to share this live out. Continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, however you want to do it. The preferred donation method is Cash App, and it is pinned in the chat. It is time for our roll call, Crown family. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, who's ready to get into some things? Everybody hashtag let's go. Everybody let me know where you're watching from. Go ahead and drop some crowns in the chat. Everybody hashtag let's go. Girl. It's up and it's motherfucking stuck. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, sir. Ooh. Ooh. Boots on the motherfucking ground. Okay, and the newest member of the lituation. Everyone, let's give Constance a warm welcome. You guys make sure you guys are showing Constance around the palace. Make sure that she gets into the group chat, okay? Our 24-hour group chat available to all of you, okay? That gives you 24-hour access to the official campaign and the Crown Family win. Yes, it's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. That's all I can say. It's lit. It's very lit over there all throughout the day. I mean, we be having movie nights and all kind of stuff. So you definitely want to get in there. Shout out to Nick Q, our vice president. Once you get into the group chat, if you're interested in moderating, reach out to Nick Q. Okay, and she'll get you all modded up. Speaking of moderators, I have to add a new moderator. So if I see you in the chat, I'll make sure I get you added. Yes. Okay, on period. Yes, the business is just business to win. Okay, on period. I'm so happy. Okay, on period. The business is just business to win. I'm so happy with you guys continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, whatever, however you want to do it. Shout out to For You in the building. Hey, for you. Simply Alicia and the president of the lituation. And the president of the home of the lituation. Okay, on period. You guys all drop a lot of crowns for the elected body. Okay, on period. Where is NY Peeps at? NY Peeps in the motherfucking building. Shout out to them. Okay, on period. Shout out to everybody that holds a role and plays their position here at the home of the lituation. Okay, yeah, it's the lituation network. Okay, Quan the Poet, Safian Jawan, Philly Chica, Win, okay, Too Persuasive, Win, Too Persuasive be all over the place, Win, okay, on period. She's also the movie night manager. Shout out to Sheila in the motherfucking building. Hey, Fredo. Yeah, it's Raby Shot in the building. Oh, I know that's right. She said subscribe, Win, okay, on period. Ooh, Jekyll. Yo, fool in the building. Candy, hey, friend. Cerrito, Iridescent, Unicorn Farts. Hey, Fredo. Brenda, girl. Yes. Tara in the motherfucking building. I know that's right. I know that's right. Period. Period. Yes. Alice in Wonderland. Yes. Arkelion. Hey, Frail. Kiana. Back to our regular scheduled program. Yes. Okay, you get it. You get it. Okay, on period. Back to business. Okay. Back to business. Okay, a period. Yes, the Fish King Paint is back. Okay, on period. Yes, Yvonne in the motherfucking building. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, it's your boy Darnell in the house. Hey, Darnell. Yes, and shout out to Darnell, by the way. Okay, on period. Our investigator win. Okay, on period. Am I frank? Yes, okay, on period. Ooh, the receipts. The receipts that Darnell sent in. Okay, on period. Yes, you guys all make sure that you guys are following Darnell right here on YouTube. Okay, on period. Yes, man. Yes, he did. Okay, on period. We did it again. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Where we at? Lisa Lee in the building. Hey, Freya. Okay. The truth in the house. Okay, on period. Yes. Oh, I'm glad I sent you. Well, okay, on period. Let me get you your orange, friend. Okay, on period. Yes, and congratulations to you for completing your moderator trading. Oh, I know that's right. Yeah. Let me know when you get your wrench, friend, because it is an honor to carry a wrench around here. We just don't give out wrenches. Okay. If you see somebody with a wrench, okay, on period. We just don't give out ranches around here. That is an honor. Okay. That means that they went through a moderator training. Okay. That means that they have a membership win. And that means that they're not weird. Period. And they fully support the official campaign, the Crown Family, and the lituation win. Okay. Yes. Yes. And again, if you guys have any problems in the chat, feel free to reach out to our elected body. Okay. Again, that is simply Alicia, the president, Neat Q, the vice president, and NY Peeps, the council member. Okay. Yes. Yes. NY Peeps will get you right on together. Yes, she will. Okay. Christy in the motherfucking building. Period. Yes. Yarny. Oh, my. Girl, why is you here? If it's not news, then why are you here, baby? Girl, why are you here? Yes, clearly you want to know, like everybody else, okay, on period. So have a seat. Somebody get her ass some water. Cause she hot. She coming in hot. Okay, on period. You actually might have to escort her ass to the back. She keep on keeping on when. You know what I mean? Girl. Skilo, hey, Freyo, come up here for you. Period. Skilo in the motherfucking house. I know that's right. Yes. Yes, everybody hashtag let's go. Yes, my friend Skilo. Yes, yes. Okay, on period. Ooh, ooh. Warrior Queen in the motherfucking building. She said, King, thank you so much for addressing the TYRE Nichols beating murder by police. Okay. Um, this one is very obvious. Absolutely no getting out of this one. Real talk. Absolutely. Absolutely. But someone slipped through the cracks. Someone slipped through the cracks and the official campaign got all of the receipts, okay, on period, because all of the officers involved, okay, all of the officers who beat Tyree, tased Tyree, baton Tyree, should be charged, okay? There's one officer not being charged, okay? And I have a feeling that it's because of his ethnicity. We're going to talk about it in just a moment. The official campaign has the receipts. Okay. Yes. Make sure that you guys are sharing this live out because it's very important that we bring attention to this situation. Okay. Shout out to Robin Morris in the building. Yo, so Ellis in Wonderland and the newest member of the Lituation. You guys make sure that you guys are showing Ellis around the palace. Yes. Yes. Make sure you show them to the kid too. Okay, up here because the official campaign been working hard. So somebody can send me a treat, a sign. Okay, on period. And hit that cash app up, okay, on period. We got Super Chat, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, Wooger, however you want to do it. Support the home of the Lituation. When your support goes a mighty long way, it helps us keep the lights on. It helps keep the official campaign in this blue chair right where you want me to be. Okay. So continue to support. Oh, Crown Family roll call. It's the roll call for me. Shout out to Saxophobia Lex. Hey, yes. Ooh, you was just trying to watch the last live. Well, we back. We back, friend. You're going to have to catch the replay. Okay, on period. And remember to comment. Yes. Remember to comment. Period. Shout out to Rain, Cam. Okay, on period. Everybody hashtag let's go. Yes, and welcome back. Oh, we got Candy Chambers in the motherfucking building. Thank you for the super chat, friends. He said, put your money where your mouth is. Add it up or shut up. No disrespect, but I'm a giver. Period. And God loves a cheerful giver. Okay, on period. God loves a cheerful giver. And, all of your donations, I pray for all of you guys each day. I pray over the donations and all of that. So I know that God is blessing those who bless me, and God loves a cheerful giver. So give, and give cheerfully. Okay, on period. Yeah, so that God will multiply your blessings. Okay, and that's just on period. Shout out to Dynamite in the motherfucking building. Brenda King in the house. I know that's right. Yes, period. Kevin Scamuels. It's the audacity for me. Ooh, all the way from Chicago, huh? Ooh, I know that's right. Yes, Ooh, the comments going so fast. It's Dr. Two. Yes, hey, friend. John Vega. Hey, Freya. Come up here, Freya. Yo, so what are you doing over there? Come up here. Okay, on period. Tamika, Freya. Come up here, Freya. Freya. Freya, come up here. Back up. Security, can you go get Tamika and bring her up here? When? Okay, I'm period. Yeah, so make sure that no dusty bitches touch her. Okay, I'm period. Yeah, let's bring her to the front. Yeah, so bring her to the king. Yeah, okay, I'm period. Girl, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, Libra confessions ain't for you. Okay, oh, period. Ooh, ooh, yes. I finally have social media all the way from Chicago. I know that's right. It's cold out there right now, huh? Ooh, one of my friends wanted me to come to Chicago. I was like, girl, not right now. Not right now, girl. I don't do all that cold shit. I really don't. Shout out to Queen in the motherfucking building. Yes. What's going on? Cherie Cooper. Hey for you. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Sharita Smith in the building. I know that's right. NY Peeps. Hey for you. Yes, we was looking for you. I know. I'm glad that you made it. Period. She said, I'm here. Period. Me too, Freya. Period. Candy girl. Yes. Ooh, Sabrina in the building. Ooh. Ooh. These comments. Queeshay. Hey for you. Ooh, I still don't know how to say your name, friend, but hey you. Hey you. Okay, on period. You're gonna have to click the link one of these days and show me how to say your name. Hey Don. Okay, on period. All the way from London, England. London, England, in the motherfucking house. It's the international official campaign for me. Okay, on period. Yes, where all my international people at? Okay, where all my international people at? Okay, on period. Yes, let me know in the chat. Cat None, yeah. Hey Freya. I miss you, Freya. How's everything? I've been praying for you, Cat None. Do you know that? Yes, you're gonna have to give me an update on everything soon, okay? All right. Flexing my complexion in the motherfucking building. Hey, Freya. Yes. Ooh, Chandlin. Hey. Hey. Okay, I'm period. Angelique in the motherfucking building. She said, friend, I'm learning so much from your platform as far as content creation and how it can be and should be done. I know that's right. Weird. Okay, I'm period. Yes, and the official campaign is offering courses. Okay, on period. One-on-one courses. Okay, on period. Guys, monthly one-on-one sources. Courses. Okay, on period. Where I promote and critique and help you out with your platform win. Okay, on period. So if you're interested in that, definitely tap in. Okay, on period. Yes, definitely tap in. Yes, oh, shout out to Double D in the motherfucking building. You tuned in? I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, shout out to everybody here. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button on the way in, not Cat Williams Perm Girl. It's the screen names for me. Ooh, ooh, girl. My. I bet he is win, girl. Yeah, it's because the Fish King Pain got him spooked, win. Spooked and nervous. He don't know what I got over here, win, girl. Okay, I'm period. Yeah, he don't know what I got over here, win, girl. Okay, I'm period. Shout out to Millennial Money Make It. Ooh, yes. Hey, friend. Oh, A Marley in the building. If it's up, then it's stuck. Period. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Okay, on period. Them hoes can talk all they want to. Okay, on period. Yes, when I speak, them bitches move. It's Baby Spice in a motherfucking building. Okay. Yes, Chick Mama in the house. Okay. Black Bonnie, what's going on? If he was white, they would all be under jail. Shaking my head. Crazy how justice work. Okay, on period. Grew. I'm trying to told you when. And the whole situation seemed odd to me that you was just so many black officers and no other officers of any other ethnicity allegedly. And then I was watching the video back and I was like, well, who was that? And why does he sound white? Why does he look white? Why is his hands white? Why are there only 5 officers that are being charged and not 6? Don't they usually roll in 2s? And they were a lot more officers than that. All that and more coming up. I'm trying to told you when the Fish campaign got all the receipts because I watched that video and I was screenshotting shit and I was listening all hard when girl. I'm not gonna play the video here because we need all of our monies. Okay, and we don't got time to be getting demonetized when okay up here. But I'm gonna show you a news clip and some photos. Okay. In an article. And we're gonna get into some things. Okay, and that's just some period. Ooh. Oh, you was watching that in jail? My, my, my. My, my, my. No, that's right, friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, on period. How far we have come, huh? Okay? How far we have come, huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've come a mighty long way, haven't we, friend? Yes, sir. As I live and breathe. D Nice in the motherfucking building. Welcome back, friend. Yes, it's the 901 Don Diva in the house. Period. Period. Shout out to everybody in the bush and shout out to everybody watching. When this is the home of the situation where everybody's opinion is respected. Okay, you just got to be able to stand on it. I'll be dropping the link later on in the chat so you guys can come on up and sound off. Okay, on period. Um, that was our roll call win. Okay, on period. We don't have all day. Okay, on period. I have to get into some things. Okay, on period. I got to get that link dropped. Okay, so the Fish King Pan can start multitasking because my grandson gonna be up in a little while when, um, and we have plans later on. So let's get into some things, okay? We did our all of the blessing segment earlier. Just know that we are blessed and highly favored. You guys continue to pray for me, okay? Um, if you guys are interested in hearing about all of the blessings, definitely check out the video that was made previous to this one. Okay. Now, who's ready to get into some things? Everybody hashtag let's go. Shout out to Brooklyn NYC in the motherfucking building. Yeah, sir. Okay, cash flow say, oh, my grandson, he already up. Oh, hey, grandson. You guys all make sure that you guys are following my grandson right here on YouTube. He is a rapper and his music is really, really good. Okay. When I tell you really good, I mean really good. Check him out. You know, I produce all his shit. So it's fire. Okay, on period. Definitely check out his content. He has a lot of visuals. Okay, he loves making music videos, all of that. So check him out right here on YouTube, Cash Floze. And he's monetized. Okay, a lot of these artists aren't monetized. He's monetized. So period. Y'all better tap in with the Fisher King Pain. Okay, on period. If you want to be monetized, win. Okay, on period. And you need some help pushing your music or your content, reach out. Okay, I will help you win. Okay, on period. Okay, so shout out to LaShawn, okay, all the way from Las Vegas. Hey, Freyo. Oh, I'm gonna be in Las Vegas in a few days. When okay, on period. We gotta turn up. Let's link. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so pe- okay, on period. Yeah, so oh, we got the Bermuda in the house. Hey, Freyo, all the way from the Bermuda. Yes, Boston in the motherfucking building. Yes, Delaware in the house. Okay. Ooh, ooh. My. Jaguar was dissing Storm, calling him booty juice over on unconscious in them. My. Ooh, New Jersey in the motherfucking building. I know that's right. Yes. Ooh, you gave the first $10, friend. It's up and it's motherfucking stuck. I'll be checking the cash app in just a second here. You guys all make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, okay? Indianapolis in the motherfucking building. When? Okay. Now that we know where everybody's watching from, okay, shout out to everybody watching all across the world, okay? You guys remember to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto. Remember to hit that like button, win, okay? So we don't have no hiccups during this live, okay? We don't need the moderators. We don't need the security. We don't need the producers hitting me up like, yo. The audience is out of control, okay? They're not hitting that like button. Slow this shit down. Okay. And then we just have to slow the whole live down. Okay. On period. So we don't want to do that. All right. So Okay, shout out to Taprina, Arkelian, Tamika, Candy, John, um, and Taprina, you thank you for all of the Cash App support. Okay, on period, you guys continue to support. Okay, yes, you guys continue to support. Okay, yes, Florida in the motherfucking building. The Cash App is pinned in the chat. Shout out to everybody Cash Apping. Shout out to everybody super chatting. We have other ways to support if you need them. We have Zelle, we have PayPal, you can crypto, um, Google Pay, Apple Pay, however you want to do it. Just let me know if you need a link. Let somebody know if you need a link, and we'll make it a lot easier for you to support. All right. So let's get into the lituation. This is the official King Pain show after dark. Okay. So if a lot of you are wondering why I'm talking like this, oh, it's because it is the After Dark show. Okay? It is the After Dark show. Yeah, shout out to Andrea. Thank you for your nightly contribution. Thank you for your yes. Yes. So what are we talking about tonight? Oh, so we're gonna really get into some things with the whole Tyre Nichols situation, because I feel like all the officers involved should be charged, as well as the officers that stood around and did nothing. Okay, there's one officer that's not being charged, and I want to know why. Is it because his skin is white? The official campaign has all of the receipts. Okay. Um. Ooh. And Prince from Love and Hip Hop says that Tory Lanez, okay, threatened him. Okay, and that's why he settled. He settled because he was fearful for his life. Okay. He said that he was threatened at gunpoint. My. All of this after Tory's attorneys stated that Tory don't even play with guns. He's never played with guns. He doesn't have a history um, with guns. He doesn't have a background with guns or violence. And here, Prince is taking a stand, and saying like, no longer will I remain quiet. Two things. Prince, and I'm talking about Prince from Love and Hip Hop, okay, not the late Prince, okay, on period. So rest in peace. But Prince from Love and Hip Hop, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. And I understand where you're coming from, but you wait until Tory is behind bars to speak out like you were that terrified of this leprechaun that you were going to live in silence until someone else got hurt. You waited until after the entire trial concluded. I mean, it's just strange to me because Prince is always popping off at the mouth. Prince is always popping off at the mouth. He's always talking big shit. And you get busted in your lip. And you call the police. Somebody finally pop you in your mouth. Not to say that, tourists should be out here popping holes in their mouth. When? But the Prince that I know, he be really, really making it up. Okay, on period. And for a nigga that's always on the internet working out, he should be able to handle himself. Talk about he's scared. It's not even time yet. It's not even time yet. It's not even time yet. It's here. Bye. Ooh, period. Girl, let's escort his ass the fuck out. Okay, on period. Yeah. Oh shit. But yeah. Yeah, so all that and more coming up. Okay, on period. And then Stormy Shamoka Shay Alizé Jenkins Peak win the girl. Oh, we might as well add right to his to his name, okay? Because he always chasing motherfucking Jag around. It is been discovered, okay, on period, that Storm Monroe is following a number of um male adult stars, okay? Male adult stars. And if you go into his followers, he doesn't follow a lot of people. He doesn't really follow any females. And he alleges to like women, but he does follow some adult male stars. And if you click on their names, okay, the people that he follows, and you look at their profiles, it's a bunch of big black dicks everywhere. So we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna show you guys the receipt and more coming right up. So where do we start? You guys make sure that you guys are following us live, liking this video, subscribe with all of your notifications turned on. Yes, the receipts are in. Shout out to Darnell in the motherfucking building. You guys all make sure that you guys are following Darnell right here on YouTube. Okay. Oh, and shout out to Camila, Amber, and Andrea. You guys continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto, however you want to do it. Support the home of the lituation. Help us keep our lights on around here. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers, and it's all because of you. Okay? You. That's why we do our roll call every day, because of you. That's why I always shout out the Crown family, because it's us. And I always make sure that you know that we are in this together, and I cannot do any of this without your support. Okay? So let's go neck hop in. A dusting we will go, a dusting we will go. Hi, all the Dario, a dusting we will go. Hey, bitch, I'm excited, girl. Yes, it's up and it's motherfucking stuck. Okay, up here. Ooh. Ooh. So where do we start? Let's start with Prince. Okay. And Tory Lanez. Okay, on period. So Prince wants the judge to reverse the settlement that he went into with Tory Lanez. He feels as though Tory Lanez owes him a lot more money. He suffered a lot more damages. And allegedly, according to Prince, the only reason he settled is because he was threatened by Tory Lanez and his bodyguards at gunpoint. And he felt as though they were going to harm him seriously, if not kill him. The official campaign has all of the receipts. Out to Red Pill in the motherfucking building. You guys all make sure that you guys are checking out Red Pill's channel as well. Okay? She does some tarot, and she really gets into some things over there. So definitely check out Red Pill, Neon, Martise, Woke, Matisse Woke in the motherfucking building. Okay, on period. And thank you for the super chat, friend. Yes. Okay. So let me get the receipt. Let me get the receipt. Yes, you guys like this video while I'm grabbing the receipt. Okay, can you guys do that for me? Can you guys do that for me? Can I get you guys to like this video while I go and grab the receipt? All right, here we go. So I have the receipt right here. Okay. My. So according to the neighborhood talk, okay. According to the neighborhood talk, yeah. So neighbors, get into this. Okay, and shout out to the neighborhood talk, by the way. My homegirl works for the neighborhood talk. Okay, shout out to Rachel doing her big one, okay, on period, as a commentator for the neighborhood talk. Okay, on period. Yes, push through, sis. Um, so again, neighbors, get into this. Tory Lanez is finding himself in more legal trouble after Prince submitted a petition to the courts to throw out the settlement the two reached last year. My, 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 my. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Prince was attacked by Tory Lanez in a nightclub. Okay, and this happened multiple multiple times. Okay. So Prince ended up suing Tory, I believe. Prince claims that Tory violently threatened him to sign the settlement so the judge should throw it out. My, 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 my. And, if that is the case, the judge should absolutely throw it out. But why wait until Tory is behind bars fighting another, another, you know, some other heinous crimes? It's like, were you really that scared of Tory? To tell the truth, like, shout out to Sherry in the motherfucking building. Thank you for okay, on period. You guys continue to support. So, according to Radar Online, Prince says the only reason he signed the settlement with Tory in 2022 is because Tory and his bodyguard lured him to a location without lawyers and threatened him to sign it. The bodyguard, Prince claims, is so scary and violent that he didn't want to mention his name in the lawsuit because he was afraid of getting seriously harmed or killed. Well, as you guys know, Tory Lanez is in jail now and his bodyguards are unemployed. So I guess Prince feels as though he has nothing to fear. I was there in court. I was there in court when Tory was arrested, and the bodyguards was sitting there like, "Oh, we work for him. We work for him." And the officers was like, "Well, Tory works for us now, so you guys can go on home." Yeah, so that's what they said. Where, so Lanes presented me with a document. Okay, Prince states that he drafted himself and ordered that I sign the agreement he wrote. He told me not to contact my lawyer when I told him I needed my lawyer to review the agreement. He said Prince said he arrived to the meeting to find Lanes with a man who works for him. This individual is the same individual who was ordered by Lanes to attack me at the Vendome nightclub, and he did so. I wonder if this is the same man who helped Tory subdue Megan so he could shoot her in the foot. My. I cannot share his identity at this time, as the individual threatened me that if I mentioned his name, I would be severely injured or even killed. This individual was in possession of a firearm which was visible at the meeting, he claimed. My. So again, Prince is um, frightened for his life, and he, even though the guards are unemployed, Prince is still frightened to say his name. Um, you know, out of fear for his life. He says that, Tory ordered this man to attack him at the club, and he did. So again, Tory has attacked Prince multiple times on several different occasions. Okay. Prince said Lanes and the other man aggressively ordered me to sign the agreement. He said he believed he would be hurt if he didn't comply. I would have never signed the agreement otherwise. The amount of money that they made me accept was only a fraction of the damages I have suffered in this lawsuit as a result of their repeated attacks, he said. My. Prince wants the judge to throw the settlement out completely and get the money he's truly owed. My. Oh, according to the neighborhood talk, the violence continues. What are your thoughts, Crown family? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the chat. Okay, on period. This after Tory Lanez is found guilty on all 3 charges in the Megan Thee Stallion trial. Okay, Tory Lanez faces 22 years in prison right now and deportation. Okay, Prince says this isn't enough. It isn't enough. Okay, because he owes me too. So he's asking the judge to throw out the settlement so that he can get what is truly owed to him. Because he was attacked several times. Okay, my. Somebody said Prince is getting the Megan treatment. What's the Megan treatment, friend? Somebody said he don't already took the money though. Okay, on period. Oh, he done already took the money though, but they forced him to. Okay, he should have lawyered up and got the protection of the court. Okay, he should have been did that. Okay. Somebody said Prince has been suspect since Love and Hip Hop. Okay, on period. It's sad Tory don't want to hit nobody that's on his level. And it's not Megan is braver than Princess. Okay, on period. Megan was fighting back. Okay, on period. Ooh, Prince just sat there and got beat up. Hopefully he didn't buy chains. My. No, hopefully he didn't buy no chains. Ooh. Yes, yes, they're gonna deport Tory. Yes. Ooh. Now his scary ass doing this now that he's locked up. Absolutely. He waited until he's locked up when, okay, and they not trying to let him out. Why would he meet up with someone who attacked him several times? He better be happy with the $35 settlement. Ooh, it was $35. Girl. Now Tory needs lithium too. Uncle Ro in the motherfucking building. Prince should have handled business when it was time. Go somewhere now. Okay, on period. Go somewhere and sit down. Okay. Somebody hand that hoe some water. Yes. Go somewhere and sit down, Prince. Leprechaun guilty on appearance alone. And ooh, my. Ooh, I want to hear from you. I'll be dropping the link later on in the chat for you guys to come on up and sound off. Moving right along. Everybody, hashtag let's go. Everybody, hashtag let's go. Everybody, hashtag let's go. Stormisha Mokashe, Alize Jenkins Peak win. Ooh. Caught up. Okay, on period. Guys, shout out to my Crown Family investigators over here win. Okay, on period. Shout out to Darnell. Make sure you guys all start following Darnell win. Okay, on period. You know, he was doing some snooping on these YouTube streets. Okay, on period. He was searching for some tea on Larry Reed when he stumbled upon some very interesting information on Storm Monroe, you know, because Storm Monroe is always alleging that, you know, he's heterosexual. Okay. Well, according to the multiple men that he follows, I beg to differ. Okay. I beg to differ, you know, and, you know, this has been going on for a while. You know what I mean? I'm blocked. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm taking any extra steps to uncover Stormisha Mokashe's sexuality. But what I am going to do is my fucking job. And whenever any relevant information comes across my desk, I'm going to report on it. Okay? Okay? So, I have the receipts right here. Pull up the receipt. Okay, on period. So, while taking a trip through these internet streets, okay, my investigator was looking for a connection between Larry Reed and Storm Monroe when he found out that Storm was following several male content creators. Okay. Yes. So let me go ahead and pull up the receipt. Okay. Let me go and pull up the receipt when. Okay, I'm here. I see a lot of people in a lot of doodle chasers in the comments already hating Win. Okay, period. Ooh, my. And let me go ahead and slow this down, Win. Okay, period. Oh, so here is the receipt. Can you guys see that, Win? All right. All right. So he typed in Storm. Oh, it looks so blurry. It's so blurry. My. I can't even see it, Win. It's so blurry. Oh, it's so blurry, Win. Ooh. Oh, let me go over here and pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up over here. You guys continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, crypto, however you want to do it. Oh, my. Samisha Moshe Alizé Jenkins Peak Win. You could run, but you can't hide, girl. You can run, but you can't hide, girl. Okay, on period. Ooh. Ooh. 1 second, 1 second. Ooh. Bear with me, Crown Family. Bear with me, Crown Family. Oh, girl. Ooh, I gotta go somewhere else for the receipt, Win. Ooh, it's so blurry. We can't do that, Win. I can't give it to you dry like that. Okay, on period. Nope. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me. Ooh, make sure that you guys are liking this video. Okay. Ooh. Period. Is this a win? Okay, on period. Yes. So let me go to the receipt, Win, girl. Right here, girl. Okay. Yes. All right. So let me pull it up this way. Okay, on period. Let me pull it up this way. Okay, on period. Guys, you guys continue to support. Okay, again, shout out to Darnell, okay? The Darnell Show. Oh, it's your boy Darnell right here on YouTube. You guys all make sure that you guys are following Darnell. Okay, on period. It's your boy Darnell Show right here on YouTube. Okay. Yes. If you guys don't know, okay, on period, Darnell helps me out a lot behind the scenes. So you guys support him because he's been supporting the Crown family behind the scenes, investigating and, you know, doing different things like that for a while now. So it's really exciting to see all the people that I've been working with for a while that have been, pouring into the situation, branch off and start their own channels and stuff like that. So, I support those that support me. So, again, shout out to Darnell. You guys all make sure that you guys check out his channel. Yeah. Yeah. So he had some really interesting information in regards to Stormy Shamoka Shea Alizé Jenkins Peekager. And I'm going to share it with you. Give me just one moment. Get it set up right. Okay. All right. So here is what he found. Can you guys see that, Win? All right. Here is what he found. Win. So he types in Tatted Nerd, which is Black Tatted Nerd, which is Storm's Twitter account. Okay, up here. And I'm blocked. So it wasn't me. Okay, which brings you to Storm's Twitter. Okay. So then he goes and he checks Storm's followers. Who is Storm following? Okay. And let me look at it on my phone because it's way more clear on my phone. Okay, on period. It could just be the new settings of the studio win. Let me see. Could just be the new settings of the studio win. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Bear with me, ground family. Un momento. Un momento. Okay, on period. Yes, sir. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay. All right. So, um, he's following multiple male adult stars, okay, as well as a few couples. One thing I did notice about who Storm is following, he's not following any woman, no solo woman content creators, only men, only men, okay? Like let me see, because and this is everybody on his platform, okay? Everybody he's following. Okay, Jay the Stag, okay, is a black man, content creator, okay, on period. King Nut a lot. King Nut a lot is a big black man with a giant dick, okay, on period. And I guess he nuts a lot, okay, on period. Storm is following him. I guess Storm likes big black dicks in his ass, okay, on period, because he's following, a lot of, and then he's following Mr. Marcus, and we all know Mr. Marcus, okay, we all know Mr. Marcus, okay, on period. So he's following multiple um black male adult stars, okay, he's following multiple male adult stars, okay, porn stars, um, which is odd for heterosexual, right? Wouldn't you say that's odd for a heterosexual man to be following Mr. Marcus and Jay the Stag and uh, uh, King Nut in your mouth? Okay, on period. Let me find out that Stormy Shimoku J Jenkins Peak Win has a sticky mouth. Also, okay, not King Nut in your mouth. Not King Nut in your mouth. Yes, that's very odd that you, as a straight man, only are following other men and swingers. Okay, he's following swingers and he's following big black dicks. Okay, big black cock. Okay, that's what he's subscribed to on Twitter. Yeah, surprising. And those swinger pages, if the man don't got a big dick, he's not following all of those swinger channels. The man has, a very nice piece. So Storm likes, he's a little guy. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. He likes really, really big dicks. Um, yeah, yeah. He likes to be fucked hard. Mm-hmm. That's what it's giving me. So yeah, there's the receipt. Stormy Shimoka Shay Alize Jenkins Peak Winnegar is following male adult stars on Twitter. And I tried to told you when I've been trying to told you for a long time when, okay, period. The receipts just keep coming in. Okay. So I mean, as long as the receipts keep coming in, when I'm gonna keep sitting right here in my blue chair doing my motherfucking job when, okay, period. And whoever want to be mad about it can be mad about it when, okay, period. Um, but at the end of this day, Storm is a liar. Okay. He's been lying about his identity, and not just his sexual identity, from day one, from the moment he got on these YouTube streets. Okay. And I'm just calling it like I'm seeing it. Okay. That man is a fraud. He don't like women. And it is what it is. Guys, you've seen the receipts. You've seen the receipts. Okay. Guys, so you guys make sure that you guys are supporting this live. Continue to like this video, support this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications turned on. Moving right along. Everybody hashtag let's go. Everybody hashtag let's go. Okay, on period. Yes, I saved this situation for last because it's a very serious situation. Okay. Normally I talk about the serious things first, but since there is um I feel a level of cover up, you know, going on. I saved it for last because this topic is going to be, rather interesting. Once I show you guys the receipts. Okay, everybody hashtag let's go. Everybody hashtag let's go, and you guys continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto. However you want to do it, the Cash App is pinned in the chat. Okay, and like this video. Everybody like this video while I run and grab my receipts. Okay. Everybody like this video and make sure that you guys are subscribed while I run and go grab my receipts, okay? Can you do that for me? Can you guys make sure that you guys are subscribed to this video right now? This is the official King Pain After Dark. So please make sure that you guys are subscribed. Because YouTube be, you know what I'm saying? They don't really like all this black ass content on their clear ass platform. But I'm here doing God's work. And that's just on period. So with that being said, okay, here we go. Oh, they said, hold on. Oh, shit. Y'all playing with the like button when? Y'all playing with the like button when? They said, hold on. They said, stop the live. Stop the live when, okay, on period. We need more people to hit the like button. Can you guys hit that like button? Because this is a very serious situation that we all should be bringing light to. Okay, if you guys can share it on your platforms, share it on your social medias, share it with a friend, inbox it to somebody. This deserves national attention because this young man was literally crucified for no reason by his own people. Well, supposed to be people, a people. But when they become officers, they don't see black or white. All they see is blue. So they stick together. So officers, black officers aren't really connected to the communities that they police because they've sold out to the police force. So yeah, this situation is very sad, and I want you guys all to support. Yes, we need to meet our quotas. Thank you, the truth. Okay, on period. So I have a video here that I'm gonna share with you guys first. Okay, and then I'll read some of the article for you guys. And then we're gonna get into these pictures that I have and the cover up. So here's what's going on. Ooh.
Demonstrations are already underway in the city of Memphis. To our viewers in the West, thank you for joining us. I'm Major Garrett in for Nora. Disturbing and horrifying video of the Memphis police beating of TYRE Nichols was just made public. The city waited until this evening to...
Again, everything being shown to you guys during this video is being shown to you guys underneath the fair use and copyright doctrine, scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
Release 4 different videos after schools were out and people were home from work. All this comes as 5 officers have been charged with second-degree murder and kidnapping in the death of the 29-year-old father, FedEx worker, and avid.
Mind you, all of these men are black. All of these men are black. This was very polarizing to me when I seen it, to know that a large majority of the officers that were on scene were black, and to see that, you know, only the black officers were charged. Okay. Because in the footage, okay, and I'm going to show you, there is a white officer that participated, held TYRE down, and even held the taser up to his scrotum.
Photographer. The incident is being compared to the vicious beating of Rodney King by Los Angeles police in 1991.
My. Not that it's being compared to the Rodney King beating. Wow.
Demonstrations are already underway in the city of Memphis and in cities across the country as security is tight with police departments on alert. President Biden spoke with TYRE Nichols' mother this afternoon to express his condolences. Tonight, he told reporters he is concerned about the potential for violence. We have team coverage tonight from Memphis, starting with CBS's Elise Preston. Elise?
My. And, you know, these things can be a little graphic. So warning right now, everybody hashtag trigger warning. Okay. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, Major. The beating has been described as heinous and inhumane. The family of TYRE Nichols says his 6'3", 150-pound frame was terrorized in this assault. We have to warn you, some of these images are very disturbing.
For the first time, violent arrest of TYRE Nichols. What began as a traffic stop quickly turned violent, as captured on multiple videos released tonight by the city of Memphis.
And you can see right here, there's a white officer. See, that's a Caucasian man. That's a white officer.
Okay. Out of the car.
You see that? Did you guys see that? Don't even worry about it, because I took screenshots and I could prove it. So there was a white officer there the entire time that assisted them in you know, brutally beating TYRE, and you know, he succumbed to his injuries 3 days after in the hospital. So they murdered him in cold blood.
Trying to go home. They deployed a taser and pepper spray during a struggle.
You see who's tasing him? The Caucasian officer is tasing him.
Police took him down again. Give me your hands, bro. Just 80 yards from his mother's house. Then for roughly 3 minutes.
My.
Officers are seen repeatedly punching and kicking Nichols while he was handcuffed. During the assault, Nichols called out for his mother repeatedly. Mom! As Nichols lay on the ground, bloodied and bruised, several minutes go by without any of the officers administering first aid, along with at least 2 paramedics.
Again, everything being shown to you guys is being shown to you guys under the fair use and copyright doctrine. Okay? You guys continue to support this live as we cover the TYRE Nichols situation.
Nichols died in the hospital 3 days later.
My.
They need to see it. Everyone needs to see what the Memphis Police Department did to my son.
His mother, Rovon Wells, says she couldn't bear to watch the video. She said every night her son drove home for his meal break from his job at FedEx, where he worked for the past 9 months. The 29-year-old had been living with his parents since the pandemic. Her name tattooed on his left shoulder.
My son loved me to death, and I loved him to death. We just had a special bond. He was the baby, you know.
The 5 former Memphis police officers charged are all out of jail on bond. They're facing charges including second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and aggravated kidnapping.
Justice for TYRE Nichols. Justice for TYRE Nichols.
Nichols' family says they are satisfied with the charges.
Okay, on period. Can I get everybody to put justice for TYRE Nichols in the chat? Justice for TYRE Nichols.
And they are pleading for peaceful protests.
What do you love most about your son? Is that even a fair question?
It's not a fair question because everything about my son I loved. But what I loved the most was the way he affected people and the way he touched people.
Now, with the quick firing of the officers, Attorney Crump believes Memphis has set a blueprint in this country. His legal team is calling for a law in TYRE Nichols' name where officers would have to intervene when other officers are committing a crime. A funeral is set for TYRE Nichols next week. Major?
Wow, you have to set a whole law for officers to intervene when another officer is breaking the law. We got to set a whole law. We got to make up a whole law for officers to do what's right and humane. According to the article, by CBS News, 5 former Memphis police officers have been fired and charged with murder in the death of TYRE Nichols, a black man who died 3 days after a violent traffic stop. Video footage of Nichols' arrest was released Friday evening. His family urged any demonstrators to protest peacefully. Authorities have released few details on what led to Nichols' arrest and what exactly happened after he was pulled over. Here is what we know so far about his death and the aftermath. Who was TYRE Nichols, and what do we know about his arrest? Nichols, a 29-year-old father who worked at FedEx, has been described by friends and family as an avid skateboarder. He lived in Sacramento before moving to Memphis, and friends from his teenage years in California spoke to CBS Sacramento about how much joy he brought to those around him. Also, if you guys go and watch the footage, the Memphis Police Department put the footage out. The entire footage is on YouTube floating around. But in the footage, they discovered that TYRE didn't have anything on him, no drugs, no weapons. Okay. And they had no reason to pull him over. Okay. The force that they were using was beyond excessive. And according to the chief of police, she still has no clear understanding why, which is why all of those men were fired except for one. And we're going to get into it in just a moment here. Okay. The article goes on to say, I know TYRE. I know how great he was, said Jerome Neal, who had just visited Nichols in Memphis in November. I see him interacting with like almost everybody at the skate park when I'm with him. He was just well loved. He just touches anybody who gets around him. Another friend, Austin Robert, told the station, he's a fantastic person, and that's how I really want everybody to remember him. And this is, a clip of Nichols skating with his friend.
Italy's best clubs
Oh no,
and
it's
brightest
making it
stars.
up. It's making it all the way up. Hold on. Because they make that all the way up. And make that all the way up. Give me 1 second, Crown Family. Oh yeah, it's over here. Period. Because I'm like, girl, how that happen when? Okay. All right. Bear with me, Crown Family. Yes, continue to support this live. Okay, we got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, Crypto. Like this video, support this video, subscribe to this video with all of your notifications turned on. Give me just one moment to get the receipt in the right place. So, girl. Ooh. Ooh. My. Okay. Continue to support. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, crypto, however you want to do it. Back to the lituation. Okay. What was said?
Nichols and the impact that he left on their lives. CBS 13th Andrew Hobner joining us live at Regency Skate Park in Natomas, where that friendship with Nichols started for many.
Good evening. Yes, the park here at Regency was the start for so many, and it holds a special place in the heart of many this evening. Although that old skate crew has spread out and dispersed around the country, they've reconnected virtually, sending photos, videos, and sharing their fondest memory of their friend. They were all just teenagers at Regency Skate Park in Natomas.
That's our escape from everything else in the world, is to go skate and hang out with all the good people, and just, it's always good vibes. And that's one of the biggest things that Tyre brought to everybody, is always good vibes.
Austin Robert, Harry Silva, Ryan Wilson, and Tyre Nichols.
We just had so many good people around us, like including Tyre, obviously. Like he always drove all of us to try to branch out.
As time went on, Jerome Neal met the group as well.
We just became friends due to, same place, same time all the time, It's like, it just naturally happened.
But as adulthood arrived, the crew spread out.
I think he didn't have a Facebook for a while, and then he, made one and found me, and we just started messaging and like video chatting.
They always tried to stay in touch and now come together to celebrate Tyre's life.
I knew Tyre. I knew how great he was.
Wow, this is so sad.
I see him interacting with like almost everybody at the skate park when I'm with him. Like, he was just well loved.
Jerome went to visit him in Memphis just last November.
Tyre, and I haven't seen him in like 5 years. I hit him up. He linked up. We got to the skate park. Bro, it felt like I had never missed like a second with him, bro. He was exactly the same dude.
While Austin had talked to Tyre on the phone just days before the incident occurred.
There's this artist that just dropped a new album that Tyre and I were like super excited about, but he just dropped it on, was it last Friday, I think?
Now, through the grief, they remember the joy Tyre brought them.
My parents absolutely loved him as well. Like Ryan's parents, my parents, we always try to be there for Tyre, in times of his struggle, because he was always there for us emotionally.
And as many across the country will be introduced to Tyre Nichols today, his friends have a message of how they want people to remember him and the face they want them to see.
He had so many great things about him, and I can't think of one bad thing about this man either, bro.
Like I said, he touches anybody he gets around. He's a fantastic person, and that's how I really want everybody to remember him.
Now, the friends that I've talked to over the last 2 days have all indicated some degree of mixed feelings around whether or not they're going to take a look at that body cam release footage. But one thing that they did tell me is that the thing that they're going to be looking at more than anything are those decades-old YouTube videos to remember their friend as he was then. There is a candlelight vigil here scheduled for Monday at 6:30 p.m. A lot of people going to be coming from out of town to rally around this community and honor their friend.
Okay, guys, people are protesting and rallying all across the U.S. Okay, justice for Tyre Nichols. Okay, so the article goes on to state, on the night of January 7th, Nichols was returning home from a suburban park where he had taken photos of the sunset, according to his family's attorneys. On the way home, he was stopped for reckless driving, according to a statement from the Memphis Police Department. As officers approached Nichols to arrest him, a confrontation occurred and Nichols ran away. Police said a second confrontation also occurred at some point before Nichols was ultimately arrested, police said. Memphis Police Director Sherilyn C.J. Davis later said in a January 27th interview on CNN that investigators have not been able to substantiate the initial report of reckless driving. Okay. Police said that following the arrest, Nichols complained of having a shortness of breath, at which time an ambulance was called. Nichols was taken to a hospital in critical condition, police said. 3 days later, on January 10th, Nichols succumbed to his injuries, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said, but did not elaborate on what those injuries are. An official cause of death has not been released. Okay. Rodney Wells, Nichols' stepfather told CBS affiliate WREG-TV his stepson suffered a cardiac arrest and kidney failure because of the beating by the officers. Attorneys for the family said that an independent autopsy they commissioned found that Nichols suffered extensive bleeding caused by severe beating. The full findings of the report were not made public. My. Again, condolences to the Nichols family. Okay. So, like I said, whenever things like this happen, I do a little bit of my own investigating. And again, from the moment I seen this, it was very polarizing seeing that it was all black officers who were being charged. I was like, there were no white officers. That's weird. Okay, there's no Caucasians on the force in Memphis. Like, I mean, I go to Memphis a lot. I mean, there are a lot of black officers, but there's white officers as well. Okay, so shout out to Memphis for being diverse. But how come there were only black officers on this scene? Shout out to Terry SG for the $10 super chat. Okay, he said, "Great content, King. You quickly became one of my faves. Thank you." Okay, guys. So I have my receipts here. And this is exclusive because nobody else is probably talking about it. So you guys support this exclusive content. Okay. But I want to know, where is the white officer and why is he not being charged? Okay. Did the black officers beat Tyree while the white officers stood around and did nothing? Is that why he's not being charged? Because after reviewing the footage, that's just not the case. There was a white officer in the video who tased Tyree and held Tyree down while the other officers beat him. At one point during the video, the white officer held the taser to Tyree's balls and threatened to tase him in the nuts. The white officer also pepper sprayed Tyree several times in the video. I have all of the receipts. Why is there no charges for the Caucasian officer that also beat Tyree? And this is not about black and white. Well, I guess it is a little, because is it his privilege? The body cam footage that is out that everyone is looking at is actually of the white officer. If you look at the hands, if you look at, there's one point where his whole arm is exposed. He's talking in the video, and black people, where my people at? We it's something, we know each other's, what I'm saying, like our voice and stuff. Like, if I could hear you talking right now, I'd be like, okay, that's the black man. The twang that was in this officer's voice, and I might pull it up, depending on if I can find a timestamp. This was clearly a Caucasian officer. Okay. Also in the video, they also discovered that another man was apprehended at the same time, that they were, beating Tyree. And they were the officers were very confused, like why, the other officer had someone else arrested and they were over there beating Tyree to a pulp. Okay. So let me pull the pictures up. Okay, let me pull the pictures up. Oh, you was peeping that out too? Yeah, they was like, what the fuck? Like, as if they had the wrong guy. So I definitely think that they have a lawsuit. Of course they have a lawsuit. That's why these men are being fired. But y'all know what I mean. So here, Here is who I believe the Caucasian officer is. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the Caucasian officer because of the cap on his head. I don't know if they all wear these caps, but throughout the video, the reason I was able to recognize this officer is because of the cap on his head. Again, there he is again, right here, standing at the end with the cap on his head. Okay. And here is some of the body cam of when this is the Caucasian officer holding Tyree down, okay, with a taser to his balls. See, the taser is in between Tyree's legs and at his balls, at his nuts. Okay, ready? Okay, at his nuts. See his arm? Look at the arm. Look at the arm. Can you guys see that arm? Can you guys see that arm? That is the arm of a white man. What about these hands? What about these hands? Whose hands are those? Are those black hands? Are those white hands? Where's the white officer at? That's a white man, clear as day. There's no differentiation between the palm of his hands and his skin. I could tell from his nail beds. He's white as snow. There was a white officer that participated in beating Tyre Nichols as well, and he's not being charged. All of the black officers are taking the fall, while the white officer was tasing Tyre. I don't know if he tased him in the balls or not, but he held the gun up to his balls and threatened him. He pepper sprayed him several times, assisted in kicking and beating Tyre, but he's not being charged. Who is this man, and why is he not being charged? You guys all go back and watch the video, okay? We can't play the video here on YouTube because, the girls aren't trying to get, blocked, distracted, or whatever the girl, you know what I mean? Because YouTube got guidelines, but you know what I'm saying? We got to bring some attention to this. I'm doing my job. I brought it to you guys, and I'm using my voice and my platform to bring attention to this situation. I mean, the whole thing was odd to me. The fact that there was 5 officers, like, where's the 6th officer at? The reason that there is no 6th officer that is being charged is because he is white, and they're protecting him. I'm just saying. So at this time, I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat because I want to hear from you. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's supporting. We did hit our quotas, okay, on period. But don't let that stop you from supporting, okay, on period. We got Cash App, Super Chat, Venmo, Zelle, crypto, however you want to do it. Just support the lituation, support the Crown family, okay, on period. It's up and it's motherfucking stuck. So the link is in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and talk about anything we talked about on tonight, this week, today, Storm Monroe follows male adult entertainers. Prince says that Tory Lanez forced him into signing that settlement, okay, at gunpoint. And Tyre Nichols, my. Ooh, I spelled his name wrong. Let me go spell his name right. Tyre Nichols, okay, murdered by Memphis police officers, but one of them have gotten away. One of them is getting away with it all at home with his feet kicked up. All of them out on bond right now, actually. All of them out on bond right now, actually. But Jazz, one is missing. What are your thoughts about that? Is the fish campaign over, and am I doing too much? Okay, on period. Let the Caucasian man live. Okay, on period. He got away with it. Was I mad for? I'm just saying. I'm just calling things how I see it. Yeah, that's how I spell. Okay. So the people are gathering backstage. Let me go ahead and start pulling them up. Candy Chambers in the motherfucking building. What's going on? Hey, my CC, what's up?
Hey, love.
How you guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
What are you guys doing tonight? Go ahead and sound off.
Go ahead, Candy. I can see to you. You can start.
Well, I'm just going, God, it was so disgusting to see the whole entirety of the footage because a lot of news channels didn't really show the whole thing and certain parts they didn't want to show and so on and so forth. But I was able to see it and it was heartbreaking, like literally, to see people of our own color do a brother like that. That was just absolutely disgusting. I mean, absolutely. We look to the police to be people who are our protectors when we need them to protect us, helpers when we need them to help us, and we pay their the money that they receive comes from taxpayers as a paycheck. So the idea that they work for us and they out here literally taking a man that is 2 sizes smaller than them and beating him like that. When they stood him up and that man wrenched back and punched him with all his might, that was it for me. And King Payne, no, you're not doing too much and talking about this because he was standing by the front end of that car and eyes distance watching the whole thing happen. When this happened to George Floyd and people, even the Chinese man that was standing to the side, they all got charged. So why is he not charged? He's just as much a part of what happened by not stopping the situation. If he had put that thing to his private part like he did and tased him and sprayed him and stuff, he need to be held accountable too. He need to be held accountable too.
I mean, okay. I was going to just say, you know, never in the history of police enforcement have I ever seen black cops fuck up white boys. I'm just going to say that shit. Excuse me, y'all. This is raw for me right now. You ain't never seen a bunch of black cops mistreat any white person when on a stop at their house or anything. It's always them white cops, you know, mess. You know, you got boy. This is a mess, man. I don't even know where to start. King family. I don't know Crown family. This is hard. This is a sad day for our people because it's like now, you know, they already show us in a bad light. Now to me, it sounds like they're looking at us saying, now what, nigga? You know, what now? What now? See, your own people do you wrong. Well, it's a white boy. Figure out what his complicity in all this is. Because it was a white boy there. How not? We don't know if he incited that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the black boys have to feel like, oh, we got to protect our white brother. Oh man, this shit is sick. I'm serious. There's something else about this shit. It's not settling in my spirit well.
Well, what I saw, from what I understand, is that the other 2 officers, I watched the video and it was actually 7 people. It was 7 officers and 2 paramedics. The 2 paramedics, they have been put on administrative leave. The other 2 officers, the white one in question, him and another officer that King Payne is talking about, I noticed that too, and I said that as well. And then when I went to watch it on TV to get more clarity on the story, I saw that they say it's an investigation with the white officer that you're talking about, King of Pain, and then another officer. So they're being investigated, and they have taken them off the street. They're on desk duty, but they still working. And what I don't understand about black people, and I have to say this about black people, Black people, when you get in these white spaces, whether it's the police department, I don't care what it is, what job you get a job in with a lot of Black people, they take on the characteristic traits of white people. It's never the white people taking on our traits. It's always us taking on their characteristics and acting like they do. And police, it is a history. I have forever said that the Black officers on the police force, they're just as bad as the white one, because once they put their uniform, it's like they forget who they are, and they don't look at you at the way they see themselves. They see you as the other as well. And that's clearly what these Black officers saw this young Black man as.
Oh man, that's right. Talking faces.
That's true.
But those other 2 officers are being investigated. They have been put on desk duty. But Black people in that state and all over the place, we have to stand here and make sure that, I know the white officer at least is charged with these other Black officers, because why wasn't he included? Because I told my brother, I said, there was a white officer too. And he said, but he didn't do anything. And I said, yeah, he did. I saw him. But nobody was saying it. If you look all on the news is they keep putting up these blackouts, and no one has mentioned, other than King of Pain and myself, that there was a white officer involved in that whole mess that they were doing to that young Black man. He was involved. You see his arm, he did have the taser, and I do believe he did hit him, because I saw him in one of the videos. But nobody else is speaking up about that. But like I said, they are being investigated, and they have been taken off the street.
And I agree with that. I saw that video, and after the young man ran away, you can clearly hear that white officer said, when y'all catch him, stomp him out. I don't know if y'all
That's
heard
what I
that.
thought. That's
Yeah,
what I
he
thought.
said that.
Yeah, that's what I
what
thought.
he told them. He
He was
directed them to
complicit
do
from the
that.
beginning. Yes.
Yeah,
And
look
started
at the video, not when they were on him, but when he ran away. They had one of them when it first rolled out, and that white officer told him, when y'all catch him, he deserved a stomp out, or he directed them to stomp him
And
out.
everybody that ran up kicked him when they came
Yes,
up.
When
that
they
one I
caught him.
saw.
Yes,
Right.
he did say that.
And
See, we
also,
have to
you
spread
could
this video.
you could also tell from the officer voice that he's white. You can. I'm trying to get the way that he talked. You like outside of seeing his hands and stuff in the video, you could tell that he's white. You guys got to go check out the video. I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to watch, but we have to make sure that all of the officers that did this are held accountable. Not one of them should get away. One bad seed is going to lead to more.
And you know what? The law, to my understanding, the law in that state. Why I have an echo? I hear all of a sudden I start hearing an echo, but the law in that state, it says that an officer that watches another officer do something where he's breaking the law is also responsible of the same crime as the officer committing the crime. That is the law already in that one state.
Excuse me, but isn't that the same that if I'm with you and you decide to rob a damn store, then I'm going down with your ass, even though I ain't know you had a gun?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
right.
That's the same thing.
Okay.
That's
then.
But now let me ask y'all this right here. $250,000 bond and they out of jail. Where they ever let murderers out of jail? Where they do that at?
They don't let you out.
They out of jail.
They're not supposed to do that.
They do let you out, but you know, most of the time for Black people, they set the bond so high.
You can't
till
get
the
out.
Black people can admit it. But these police unions, a lot of time, the people in the police union will pay for these officers to get out of jail.
Oh, that's
right. Why we have to do away with qualified immunity.
That's right. There you go.
They should have never been offered any bail for when you murder somebody on camera. If you look at that camera footage from that top camera, not from their body cameras, but from that top camera, you actually get a chance to see that camera went to the left and then it came back to the right. No, it went to the right and came back to the left, and it zoomed in on them right at the moment of them having him on the ground from the very beginning. When you see that footage right there, that warranted for nobody to get bail at all.
I agree with you. And also they already was trying to cover it up, because if you watch the video, you also hear them say, at first, when they snatch him out of the car, they tell him to get down on the ground. Well, he's on the ground and he says, I'm on the ground, but they have his arm. They have one of his arms like up, and it's like bent kind of like in the back of him. And then one of the other officers on the other side has like his kind of like his maybe forearm or something like that, but he's down on the ground and he's on his side already. And he says to them, he says, y'all doing too much. I'm already down on the ground, which he was. And then the person that had the camera on him, he turns away and they continue to say, give me your arm, give me your arm. I'm going to tase you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then later on, after they beat him some down on the ground, 3 officers pick him up off the ground and let another officer hit him. And then when he was on the ground, they raised him up to like a sitting position. And then the other officer was at the back of him with a billy stick, and he just whacking him in the back with the billy stick.
So did.
I mean, y'all, this was really brutal. And then when they finally got him up where he escaped and ran, what happened was, what made him run, and this is what I believe made him run. For one, he felt like they was gonna kill him, so he didn't have any choice. Also, they also started saying, he got his hand on your gun. And then the other one said, yeah, I saw him. He had his hand on your gun. They started saying that. And he knew it was over for him. And that's why he took off. He knew he was a goner.
And he's still gone.
He's still gone. It didn't help because they caught him. But that's what they had started saying before he took off running. They was like, he's got his hand. He touched my gun. The other one said, I see him. This is exactly what they were saying. Just like that.
Okay, so let me ask a question. How did they catch a kidnapping charge?
Because they had no reason to stop him. The police chief of that state said they have looked at everything and they see no cause for them to have stopped him at all. Also, in the Scorpion unit that they were in, these officers, that is not their job. They are not supposed to stop traffic stops or things like that. They are a special unit for drugs and crime. They're not supposed to have any interaction with like a traffic stop or anything like that. That's why they're charging the kids.
Yeah, and they tried to say that he had drugs, and they were searching, and it's like nothing. Then they tried to say he was on drugs, and they kept asking him. Even after they whooped his ass, he kept saying, "I don't have no drugs." He said, "I only drink a little liquor, alcohol." That was it.
But I didn't know they had another guy.
Yeah, that original officer was the white one that he's talking about, directed them to beat. That is why they did that. And then the one that ran him down, one of them, he was like, yeah, you heard him. And he started running after him, and they beat. That's what incited them to beat him like that.
The other guy that they
no, but I'm
arrested-
talking about the King
the
of
other
Pain
guy-
said it was another guy that
Yeah,
they
the other
had.
guy that they arrested was just another random black guy that was
Right.
walking that night. He probably got beat up too.
But
See,
if
I
you
didn't
look
know
at the
about that.
footage, if you
Yeah,
look
they
at the
had
footage,
another dude
they
on the
was
side.
aggressive
They
with
caught a
him from the
couple.
very moment they was aggressive with him from the very moment that they came up on him. They
The
pulled
very
the man
moment.
up. I'm surprised he was able to take his seatbelt off. What they pulled him out that car so fast. I
They
mean,
sure
they
did.
didn't even say, "Sir, open the door, get out." They just opened this door and yanked him straight out.
They were just snatching on him. It was like 2 officers at one time pulling him out the car.
Jesus.
And they didn't give all the angles on these body cameras neither.
No.
Whereas
And
all
you know
of
what?
those body cameras that was on
If you
him.
look and see, one man had his hand over his camera, was turning his camera down to the ground the whole time.
My. In the words of Official Kingpin.
But this is why I was saying earlier, we need a code, like people like Kanye that say certain things. No, we don't care about what happened to them. Because just like these gentlemen, when you go against your own, we need to have, like, if you're in a place of power and you're actually using your power to endanger the rest of us, like even his remarks about George Floyd. Well, how do you look for us to support you? So these officers, if we create a culture that, it's certain cultures like Indian cultures, you're not just going to do something to your people and expect to thrive there. You have to follow a rule, a code, and ethics for your people. So these cops, even if they did that, their community should be that they should be scared. Their family should be scared of being shunned. I'm not saying like putting hands on people, but as a people, you should know it should be a code there.
Well,
where you have respect for your own people.
If they would put some legislation in there, let me say this right here, because I want this on the record. If they would put some legislation on there that it is a hate crime to kill a black person, like they have for other cultures of people, then we might stop seeing this type of thing happen. But there is no legislation on the books to say it is a hate crime to kill a black man or a black woman or a black child.
They ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. It's too profitable to have a system of racism and white supremacy to get rid of it and to put anything in place to dispel it or to make it. You don't want.
They don't think we're worth anything.
That's
like
what
in
I'm
Florida.
saying.
Exactly. Well, exactly what
Can I
he
just say
said.
something? Hi everyone. So I'm having trouble with my volume. I just want to jump in really quick. I love everyone. All of you all have a point. I have not watched the video. I just can't bring myself to watch it. I can't. And it is very triggering for me, as I'm sure it is for everyone, right? I just know I cannot watch it. But I have two questions, and I guess I got in at a great time. Because the question is based on value and respect and code and all that. The question is, do we love who we are? Do we know who we are? Right? And what does justice mean to you? Because when it can be any other group, nobody is sitting and protesting anything. Nobody. No other group is protesting. Nobody. That's not how they get laws passed from a protest. Any group. Why is it always blacks out there looking crazy and dumb? That's why I can't watch that. I can't.
Wait a minute. What you mean crazy and dumb?
Crazy and dumb. When any other group wants to have something done for themselves because they love their self and they take pride in who they are because they come together. They come together.
But are you?
Oh man,
united. Let me just understand what you're saying first. Are you saying that
because you
protesting?
asked a question and I'm answering it?
No, I didn't ask you a question. Yeah, you said what you said about
outside looking crazy and dumb.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to understand
protesting
is
when any
you
other
saying
group,
protesting is dumb and stupid.
No, she said when we protest, do it's like looking dumb.
So this is what I said in totality in regards to looking dumb and stupid.
Okay.
So it's not broken up. What I said is when any other group of people wants something done, they don't go outside and protest, especially when their own people that look like them, like our brother we see up on the TV, right? Discussing, right? You see him up on TV. When they laid out on the street, they don't go out there and protest. Things change. And it is not by protest. Historically, it has not been done by protest. And so I don't want to, it's just, and this was my question. I actually, presented this as a question. What is justice? What is justice? When we say justice for Tyre, what is that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: ain't no such thing as justice when it comes to us. It's just us. So, but let me be clear: the lack of justice and the way they want to portray us as being insane, crazy, weird, you know.
Right, right.
That is.
Sorry, baby.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And this whole system, and I don't want to get this, man. I need my own channel because I want to say some shit. They can take my shit down. I don't care.
Exactly.
No, say it. Say it. Say it.
Be quiet.
My brother, I just
Say
lost my
it.
brother, so this is like I cannot even watch this video because.
Okay, can you let her answer? Because I want to hear what she has to say. You asked a question, and you asked the question of all of us. So let her finish answering because I want to hear what she has to say.
I'm here. I'm just saying this.
She was just agreeing with what we were talking about.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll chime in on this. I got the answer.
Let somebody else
Number
answer.
one, the answer is number one. Y'all got to stop voting for people like Joe Biden.
First
That's
of all,
number one. Hold on. Let me answer the question. Y'all set for the answer.
Okay,
The
so
little
those were the two questions.
The little
those
hats
were
and the
nobody's
Asians
answered the
don't
questions.
have the voting.
You haven't given us all a chance yet. So let her finish, and then the next person will come
Somebody
up with
else
their
went
answer.
on. Nobody is really answering the question
Because you're not giving them an opportunity.
And
She's
like
trying.
I said, with the little hats and the Asians, they don't even have the voting numbers we have. It's an economic problem that we have. Because the little hats didn't have to vote for anything to get Kanye shut down. Going back to that. And the Asians, for their hate bill, they only make 4% of the population. So Black people don't understand voting is not going to get it. It's your economics. These people have economics, like we were talking about earlier, and then they pay them with lobbyists. That is your answer.
Okay, now let me answer the question. I disagree with you. I don't feel like people marching in the street, they look stupid or dumb. I don't, because Martin Luther King and a lot of other our ancestors, they marched in the street. So first of all, let's get that clear. I don't think that's done. That's your opinion, but I disagree with that. Another reason why we can't get any change is because I hear a lot of Black people. I hear a lot of Black people talking about voting and different things like that don't matter. Let me just tell you why it does matter. When you doing things and you're trying to effect change, it takes more than one thing. It's just not one thing, it's both things. So we have to get out here. We have to make it unacceptable for these people that we put in office not to do the things that we need to do. The problem is the reason we can't get the right people in because not a lot of us will come out and vote consistent like we need to vote. Also, another thing that keeps us from getting the right people in office, we can't control what white people do, Asian peoples and Hispanics do. Like the other lady said, Asian people, they don't vote. They don't vote. They're not big voters. Hispanic people, more than 0.5% of Spanish people, they vote Republican. And you know why they vote Republican? Because they have a different view as we do. They think in terms of religious things. Also, a lot of groups will vote directly against what they think that Black people are voting for. But we do have to vote because if we don't vote, this is what happened. Y'all saw how Trump got into office. You know how he got in office? Because everybody was mad and they said they didn't trust these politicians or anything. Voting doesn't mean anything. And then people didn't come out and vote and Trump got in office and then it made it worse. So it can always be worse than what it is because his whole idea is he doesn't care about Jewish people. He doesn't care about Black people. He doesn't care about Hispanic people. The only people that matter to him are white people. So all his policies that he came up with were for rich white people. And what we have to remember, wait a minute, last thing before, what we do have to remember, I'm just giving y'all the real, what we do have to remember.
I have history facts.
You can disagree with voting, you can disagree with party system, but we need to remember one thing. We all live in this country. This country is ran by laws, and we have to have a seat at the table. We cannot step away from the table and expect for things to change.
Sis, no, I disagree with you wholly because what stopped that with Dr. King was the boycotting of the bus system. You got to look at your history, honey.
Exactly.
That is not what got it done. It was the
It was
boycotting,
multiple
and we
things.
almost
It
broke
wasn't
the
just
bus
Martin
one
Luther
thing.
King was a
It was not just
Republican
They
one
was
before
thing.
he turned
boycotting.
Democrat.
And what I said is
wasn't just
voting
That's
for
one
your
what
thing.
blacks
president.
were.
Because let me ask you, y'all
wasn't
came out,
just one
Joe
thing.
Biden is the one that put that crime bill in place. So what are you talking about? The
Right.
Joe
What do you
Biden
mean?
crime
Put
bill.
what crime bill? There is no crime
The
bill.
Joe Biden crime bill.
there's a
The
crime
three
bill.
strikes
There
you
is
out
no
are
crime
capital.
bill.
Then you're
94
not
crime
abreast.
bill.
There's a
You're
crime
not
bill.
abreast
There's
to
a crime
talk
bill.
about it then.
There
Because
is no
Exactly.
crime
Thank
bill.
if
you.
voting
There
would have
is
got
Right.
us
no
there,
crime bill.
but you just said that Asians don't vote and Jews don't vote. So well,
You are
why they got
No,
so
these
not
right,
bills
Jews.
and you
Jerry.
don't?
Asians. Asians don't vote in big numbers, and they are a small percent. The Asians are, but
With
there is
Jews.
no crime
And
bill.
exactly so is
Can
Jews.
I chime in? Let me
Oh
chime in
God.
on this
Can
thing.
I,
Does
well,
We
I'm gonna
can
say
everybody
this.
disagree. We can disagree,
answer
but
the
I'm gonna
question?
say this, and they may shut my computer down. You know, we used to always say, this is a system of racism and white supremacy. Remember, you always say that this is such thing as that,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this shit, and they may snatch my computer. I don't care to come get it. It's a system of racism and Jew supremacy, y'all.
Yes, it
That's
is.
That's
I'm going to
facts.
say that shit because I'm
That's
gonna tell
facts.
you something. The Jew is the hand of the white man's skirt
That's
that think
facts.
they superior and the foot on our neck. And I have to say, and that's all I want to say.
That
Just
and you right.
yeah.
You
And
are
you right. You right.
100%
You
right. And when
100%
that stuff
right.
happened in
They gonna get
Charlottesville,
my shit.
what did you hear those white people saying on TV with those tiki torches? They said Jews will not replace us. White people don't like Jews because they don't consider Jews to be as white, but Jews
But they
consider
running shit.
themselves as white.
The Jews run it. Let me tell you something.
They have the money. The Jews have the
And
money.
that's
They
what we
running
got to get to
network.
the
They run.
money. That's what I said
Right.
from
The
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 Jews
beginning.
have
You
the
got to get
money.
to the
No, let
money,
me
sis.
say
Right.
this.
It ain't your
Let me
voting.
chime in.
You got to
Right.
get
Let me
to the
chime
money.
Like
in.
every other
Your
group.
Hold on.
vote only
Gotta
matter
get
in
the
your local
Let me
money.
politics.
chime in. Let
But
me
for
chime in right
president,
quick.
So
only
correct.
swing states matters.
Shut up.
Your
I
vote don't
agree.
matter for the president. Only
Let
if
me
you
let
live
me
in
say
Florida,
this.
Ohio, or Pennsylvania do it matters because
Let me
certain
say this
states
right here.
already vote one certain way. It's your local politics for your senator
Local.
and your governor.
Correct.
That's what you focus on. But black
Yes.
people
But
keep
you need
voting
the
for
Right.
president to
Democratic
sign
and
any
y'all don't go
laws.
and
No, no,
see
no, no, no.
nobody else.
Ma'am,
And
any
Understand,
then like
laws that
she
are
understand.
said,
acted in
they
this
don't
country for
march. And but
everyone,
I
Let
the
me
believe in
president
let
has
you
to
marching,
all
sign
in
but
them.
on
that's
something.
not what's
The
affecting change
president
for us.
signs
I
the
believe in
laws.
marching, but
Let me
that's
say
not
this
giving
right
us
The
quick.
change.
Hold
We
president
on,
got to
hold
get an
on,
signs the
hold on,
laws.
economic plan.
hold on,
I
Can
hold
I,
on.
digress.
We
can,
go
can
ahead,
I say
lady. Go
one more
ahead,
Hold
thing?
ma'am.
on,
You can
Look,
y'all.
speak.
Wait a
We're gonna
minute.
agree
somebody
to
Listen,
disagree.
somebody in the
listen,
text says talking about
listen.
these J people is trouble. But
Let me say
they're
this right here.
protected, but we're not. We the
Let
one
me
that
say this
suffer
right
in this
here.
country, and
I'm
we're
gonna
not
tell y'all
protected.
something.
Let her finish.
Nobody votes really matter because it only matters with the electoral college
Electoral
that the
vote.
electoral
And that's
college
why, yep.
decide who the president is. Your vote may count, but it
Scared of
don't count
them.
past
Can't
the
let nobody
electoral
scared of us
college.
though.
They
They
have,
are
That's
the
why
most
Sherry was
and
talking
each
about the
party,
listen,
each
local,
let me
party have
the
finish now.
local
electorates.
groups.
Exactly, but listen to what I'm
Each
telling
party
you.
has that.
You can let me say this right here now. You can vote and everything will be and you can put the trust in the hands of the vote. But the electoral college outrules any person that actually stood there and put in a ballot. That is what is the most important. That's how, remember when Trump came in, he was going against Clinton,
Hey,
Hillary Clinton.
ladies.
But Hillary had the popular vote, but Trump won because of
He had the
electoral college.
electoral. I'm well
Okay?
aware of that. Well aware.
Understand. It's not
Well
got
aware.
nothing to do, but let me say this right here because I'm gonna answer her question. She feel like somebody didn't answer her question. Justice is not for us, it's for them. Okay, that's number
Facts.
one.
Facts.
Number two is this. Number two is this. If you realize them good old boys that was started up by it being a slave situation where slaves was being bought when they tried to get away from their masters, and that's how the police was even formed to begin with. So
That's
these are
how they
some
was
good old
created.
boys.
Yes, ma'am.
They took off their
Facts.
white sheets and put on black robes as judges, white
Facts.
coats as
Facts on
doctors,
top of
white
facts.
coats as dentists, and so on and so forth. So let me tell you something right here, young sister, because you may not know. As you stand there and you say, what is justice? Justice is not for us, it's for them. We
Facts.
are now let me tell you something. The young lady with the red shirt on here in your picture, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Yeah, it's about money, and believe you me, if we were smart enough and we band together as Black folks, we spend $3 billion in this industry
4
year
billion, 4
after year.
trillion,
It's
4
okay.
trillion,
Correct
4
me if
trillion.
I'm wrong, but we have that kind of power and that kind of money, but we use our money to buy Balenciaga, Gucci, and all this other bull crap that's
Preach,
out here,
sister.
and
Preach.
not focus that money upon making sure that we buy those electoral college votes
Preach,
that we
sister.
need
Preach.
when it comes down to changing the laws in this country.
Tell it.
If we would take our money and put it where our mouth is, trust and believe, we would see some change. But when you got somebody like Crump sitting up there and he more worried about a civil battle as far as money and not about the justice that should be served when it comes down to this young man being killed like this in the streets like this by the police, mind you, that's why we have a problem.
They did what they designed to do.
Okay,
Kill
what
us.
Joe Biden doing for y'all? Trump ain't president no more. Joe Biden ran on a raid. Hold on. He gave the most executive orders. Black women turned out in record numbers to vote for him. Name one executive order that he made for Black people. He gave 2 to the LGBT community, which make up 5% of the population. And then he gave 5 executive orders for people who didn't even vote for him, which is illegal migrants. And right now, he's giving them housing in New York, where there's the most homeless Black people, and they get to come in and hide in hotels, and he's pushing to remove Title 42. But that same party pushed to give you abortions. So
you know what, ma'am, I agree. I agree.
So no, I
want
y'all to make that make sense to me.
Listen, okay,
Trump
I'm
is
gonna make
out
it
of
make
office.
sense for you.
Your boy Joe Biden is in office.
Listen,
what
I'm
are
gonna
y'all
make it make
doing
sense to you.
to lobby where y'all put
Who-
y'all
who-
vote in?
Who
Because
should
Joe
we
Biden
vote
is the one
for?
that made the
Who should we vote for? Who should we vote for?
Who you should vote for? You should demand something like Ice Cube was telling you for your vote. It's who's going to give you something on the table. That's
They
what
don't
you need
do
to
nothing.
do,
They
and
say
stop
they don't do. They never
monolithically
have it in
voting one
history of
way. You should
politicking.
get something
It's why
for
it's
your
called
vote.
politricks. They never going to do what the shit it's going to take to get them in the office. They're never going to give you that. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, Lord. Who should we vote for?
Y'all, you know what? At the end of the day, ma'am, you say who should you vote for? You should vote with a person. You should vote for a person that aligns with your beliefs as what you need done in this country. And no candidate is going to be exactly what you want. First, that's the first thing that we have to realize. But what I find from a lot of Black people is that I will hear them. It doesn't matter whether you a Democrat or a Republican. That doesn't matter. But what you have
some
to
of y'all up here need y'all own Facebook channel. Y'all need y'all own channel. Some of y'all, especially you talking faces, honey.
When you get your own channel, you control what goes on your channel. You know, King of Pain doesn't have a problem with me talking. We having a conversation. That's what.
But you the only one talking.
No, I'm not the only
talking,
one.
honey.
Then clearly you just got up here. You just got up here because
No,
everybody's
every
been
night.
talking.
Every
But
night.
she
It's
asked the
every night,
question.
honey.
So
It's
that means,
every
you know
night.
what? That means you have a problem with me. That means you have a problem with me. And that's
No,
your
you're giving me
problem,
a
not mine.
headache. You're giving
Not
me a
mine.
headache.
Well, get off. Get out.
Oh, good. Come on,
Get
ladies.
Every time I come up here, I
Ladies,
cannot
let's
get
think
away
about,
with it.
let's think about our condition right now. See, we can't even get along
Exactly.
right here, right now.
People like
don't
this
come up
woman
here.
that
Don't come
try
up
to
here with them
deflect.
bad, negative, low vibrations.
But I
Because we're
still
not
don't
trying
like
to be
them.
having a
I still
discussion.
don't like what them house niggas did to Tyree. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Them house niggas. I'm sick of
You
this shit.
know what they is.
I'm a compliment
Everybody's
what they
sick of
are.
it.
They're
Everybody's
house
sick of
niggas.
it.
And they think they better than us out here in the field on these streets, out here in these trenches, trying to make a difference and better ourselves, our communities, our families and shit. They think they
But they
better than us.
killed an
They get a little
innocent
fight.
man.
They
They
get a little
killed an
position.
innocent man. This man
You're
had
not
nothing
the first
going
one.
on. He didn't do no drugs. He didn't have no drugs. He didn't do no traffic violation. He didn't do nothing. It would be different had he had, you know, it wouldn't be different if he had
No, it
had
would
drugs
be
on him.
different because it's
The
still
point
no right
is
to
that
kill a person.
exactly, it ain't got no right to kill him. But my point is that we talking about an innocent man having his life taken from him, his parents, his child, and his friends, and now he gone by the hands of our own colored brothers. Now the
Right.
thing about this is right here. What we gonna do about it? That's the thing. And that young lady was right. Protesting in the streets ain't getting it. We've been protesting for years and we still ain't got nothing on the books.
And ain't nobody
We
scared
still
of the
ain't
black
got nothing
man.
on the books.
Ain't nobody scared to kill us. Ain't nobody scared to shoot us like they got other groups that are protected.
They
Well,
ain't
you know what?
scared, baby. They ain't scared.
I believe that they are afraid of
need to
us.
be
That's
scared.
why they do it to us. That's why they're killing us,
babe, it
because
ain't
they are
enough.
afraid of us.
No,
They're
baby.
scared of us
That man was half their size. They wasn't
Listen,
afraid of him.
I don't mean afraid like they afraid that we're gonna beat them up. I don't mean like that. They know what Black people are capable of. They know what will happen if we unify, and that's what they're afraid of. That's why they kill us. That's why they oppress us.
No.
But if they keep showing this stuff like this right here, if they keep showing this stuff like this right here on national news, you best trust and believe they're gonna have something on their hands that they ain't gonna be able to handle.
Well, I saw someone on the news. He said this. He said, Black people gonna get tired of y'all killing us. We tired. We tired.
Yo, y'all been marching since Reconstruction, honey. It ain't changed. Look, we got to come up with a new strategy. Now, y'all can sit here and say all of this and sing, recreate old Negro spirituals. One day when the war is won.
Okay.
Everybody else
Michelle
came through
Goodburn
on
says
your way.
they don't fear
And
y'all.
everybody is getting benefits.
That
We
is a
got to
non-Black
change
person.
the
She
plan.
said they don't fear
Okay,
y'all.
I'm tired of remaking old Negro spirituals.
That's the whole
And
problem.
everybody got rights
We
but
can't
us.
come to
We
a
got
consensus on anything.
craziness
Everybody
and
has a
insanity
different
is
opinion.
doing the same thing
That's the
over and
problem.
over and not getting results. Yo, this been since the 1800s and we ain't got no results. I'll digress again.
All right, can I say something right quick?
Let me tell you why. Because when you sit there and you see all of these people in the Senate and all of these people in the House of Representatives, and none of them is representing what you believe or what we think of,
Because
that's
you
why
didn't
we
vote
got to
them
get
in.
them out. Huh?
Because you didn't vote them in. This is what I wanted to say. Hi, y'all.
How you doing?
Because I'm
Honey,
actually
don't
about
tell me I didn't vote them in, honey. I know
I'm
that
not
was
talking
my
about
vote
you
down.
personally. I don't know
Yeah,
you
she's just being
personally, so
general.
you shouldn't have taken that personally. Nah, not you personally. I'm actually about to start a channel about this stuff. It's actually funny because I was talking about this today. It's everything all y'all said, but y'all all are separating it. It's not just this part or that part. It's all of it.
All of it.
But
That's what I said.
really what it comes down to is the fact that they don't educate us on how the system really works. And
Facts.
so we don't know that when we vote local, those are the people who eventually rise up and go into Congress. People don't even know how Congress works.
Facts.
People would have found out a lot about Congress if they had watched those 15 votes that they did. They negotiated with McCarthy to have certain rights and committees and
Facts.
bills and everything made up, so they would not vote for him until he agreed to do these things. The
Speak, young
Speaker of the House,
Speak.
he creates all the committees and appoints the people. He kicked off people he didn't want to be up there, and he put people up there strategically, and they created certain committees just to make Congress go in the way that they want. Right now, they're voting on the Reins bill. They want to take a lot of power from the president and make it in the hands of the Congress so they can actually create and approve big changes when it comes to our economy. They're restructuring the power so they can take it away from the president so they can actually make the Republican Party the permanent party and then put a dictator in place. That's
What's
why
your
they
channel? I want
negotiated
to
like
follow
that.
you. What is your channel? I want to follow you because you know what
I
you're
haven't
talking about.
started it yet, but I'll tell y'all. I'll tell you when I do it. But that's why we need to start at the local level and hold those people accountable at the local level, because those are the people who rise up into those positions that actually make those laws and that actually follow and push those policies. We don't even know who we voted in. So when they get to Congress and they start doing this stuff and playing games in our face, we don't know
need to make
who
the
they are.
laws.
But that's why I
We need
said,
to
son,
make the laws.
every piece of it plays a part. All of it's not
Every
just
piece.
one thing. It's more than one thing. And that's why we can't affect change, because most of us don't understand that. And then when we don't get what we want, we say, oh, the Democrats not doing this. Oh, this person. Oh, we need to vote. Okay, so I can agree with you if you say you don't like Joe Biden, because I don't like a lot of things that Joe Biden do too. But I can also say too, with the Republican Party, they have nothing in common with what I'm looking for. They're not not doing not one little thing to help me.
Exactly.
And when it's only a two-system party, you basically have
That's
to
the
make
problem.
a decision of the lesser of the evil. We don't want to be a dictatorship.
Yes.
Okay,
Now,
what
let me
bipartisan
chime in
party.
right here. Let me
Okay, can I
chime in
say
right here.
something?
Answer that. What
Wait a
policy
minute. Let me
Can I
chime
say
in right
something?
there. Let me chime in right there where she said that right there. Now, let me say this. When you said the lesser of the two evils, that's what I was trying to say earlier when the girl said, well, you voted for Biden. Well, guess what? The only other choice was Trump. So we had to
Right.
get the lesser of the evil.
Yes. People
And
don't
we
understand
allowed that
that.
to happen. We allowed
People
that to
don't
happen
understand it.
because when I was younger, they had the Green Party. They had the Green Party and the Independent Party, and they both, all of them had equal like playing field. The Independent Party and the Green Party, they had gained so much traction that they actually took a significant amount of the vote. But now you realize they don't push those parties anymore.
They
They
surely
actually
don't.
push you to
Let me say this
one
one
side or
thing,
the
y'all.
other.
So y'all can
Can I
understand this.
chime in for
The
a minute?
reason,
Oh,
one
okay.
second, I'm gonna say
Here
this
we
one
go.
thing and I'm gonna let y'all talk. The reason
Let
they're
her
trying to
talk.
take
Can
the
you let her talk, ma'am?
listen, the
It's
reason,
Tisha, go on and chime
excuse
in.
me. The reason they're trying to take the power away from the president is because the Republican Party sees that they're losing the popular vote and white people are dying off in so many fast numbers. That's why they want to take the president, the power from the president, so then they can do what they want to do. Because the way it's going right now, they're losing so many white people because they're dying or whatever, and the popular vote is going to the Democrat. They don't have any power. So there's a power struggle going on right now, and that's what they're doing. And no matter what we say, the person that signs these laws right now is the president. Anything that Congress and the Senate put in place, it cannot be implemented unless the president signed it. They're trying to do away with that.
Well, let me say this. Let me chime in right here on that one. The reason why they want to take the power away from the president is because of the stuff that Trump did when he was signing all them executive orders. You hear what I'm saying? Now,
Don't believe that. They're
no,
actually
let
giving
me
the
say
power
this
to
right
Trump.
here.
Trump controls them
But let me
in
say
the
this right here,
background.
though, young man. Before Trump, you never saw all those executive orders signed like that. Trust me, I've been on this earth for many years. I'm almost 50. So I'm telling you, before Trump did that, ain't no president ever did all of them executive orders in the first couple months that he was president. He signed all them executive orders, which gave him the
I
power.
got three
Now they
letters
can
for
try to
you. I got three
hold
letters
on.
for
Let me
you.
finish speaking now.
NWO.
Let me finish
Let us
speaking now. Let me
Go
finish
ahead.
now. You have your point. You had your floor. Let me have
No, go
my.
ahead. Go ahead.
When those executive orders were signed, yes, they can try to veto it, but this still has to go to litigation for a judge to make the decision on whether or not they can say yes or no. But when them executive orders are signed, they go into order and law right there at that moment when he put that pen to that paper because he's the president. They can't
Unless
be
you file a
vetoed. I
lawsuit.
didn't say that they couldn't be vetoed. They can be vetoed, but
Yes,
best
they
trust
can.
and believe it take time and litigation in court in order for a judge to finally make the decision and say, well, no, we're not going with this.
I'm
I
not just
still
talking about the
call
veto
Cap.
thing.
Number one, you got Joe Biden in there. Okay, you voted it in. What did he give you? So what policies did the Democrat Party give you? They gave the Asians the crime bill for them to protect them, and they alluded that black people was up there attacking them. The ones that y'all put in. So give me a policy, men, ladies, that the Democratic Party put on the table.
Gave the LGBT
No, I said for black people. I said black people for
Nothing,
y'all.
dear.
Y'all keep
That's
coming on.
easy. Nothing.
Let's
They
slow
gave
it
us
down.
nothing.
This is where we
Joe
getting
Biden
lost
name
at.
a policy they put in for y'all black folk?
None.
There's no
nothing. Nada.
Wait a minute. There's no policy specifically for anyone because even under that Asian bill, anybody that is, if it's like a hate crime, black people
It's
will
a
be covered
protected
under that
class.
too.
It's under
They will be
protected
covered.
classes.
There's no specific bill for white, black, yellow, orange. That doesn't exist, ma'am. It doesn't exist. It only said that as the title, but black people would be covered under that as well.
We got a lot of stimulus checks. That's how they sell y'all. Y'all got stimulus checks. Can y'all tell me
Thank
the
you,
major?
Tell them.
Can y'all tell me the major bills that are going on in Congress right now? and y'all keep speaking on the dumbest, like the most insignificant things. They do that shit to play in y'all
Thank
face.
you, son. I want your channel.
Ma'am, I still can't do what
Like, are
they
you
did for
serious?
black
Is
people.
that
Y'all
all it
just
takes?
said the
I want your channel.
LGBTQ. He
I want
passed
your
an
channel.
executive order
Because you
for,
know what you're
hold on,
talking
he
about.
passed an executive order. He's removal Title 42 for folks that can't vote. What did he do for y'all?
And ma'am, that's only good. That's only good while he's president.
What did he do for y'all?
As soon as he's president, the next president, if it's a Republican, can come back
But y'all
and
got
repeal
Congress,
it.
y'all had
Repeal
the
it just like
Congress
that. It's
and the
not even on
presidency.
paper.
Y'all still can't get nothing done.
That's
For black
a
folks?
Trojan horse. That's what it is.
Y'all still haven't
A
got
red
nothing
herring.
done for like 65 years. He been
It's
in
a
there
red
for
herring.
40 years.
Hold on.
Presidents
That's a red
don't write
herring.
laws. Senators do. What did Joe
What your
Biden
name
put in
is,
the Joe
young man?
Biden hate bill against black folks? The crime bill. That was his baby. What are y'all talking about?
Wait a minute.
Herring,
He just
red
said
herring.
something. Wait a minute. The young man just said something, and I wanted to hear what he said. When she said, as soon as another president come in, they gonna a Republican, they gonna repeal it. Now, what did you say, young man?
Who, me? Oh, I
Yes.
said they plan to. They tell us everything they're gonna do in our face. We just don't pay attention.
And what was you
And
saying about the
and
stimulus check?
somebody said something about, oh, well, Trump gave us we got stimulus checks. And I was like, is that all it takes for them to give you a
And he
$1,400
didn't
stimulus
even
check?
give you
And you
that.
don't
He didn't even
right? And
give
you
you
What
don't
that.
did Joe Biden give y'all though? Y'all still not
Listen.
answering that question.
Hold on. Why
And
you
I
keep
ain't saying
thinking? See,
nothing
this is
about
the problem.
stimulus
Hold on.
checks.
Wait.
I didn't
It's a
ask
red
that.
herring.
Wait,
Don't go
I
down
didn't
that
wait
ask
one
rabbit
that
hole,
second. Let
Trump
me
son.
can give
answer.
me
Let me answer
anything.
you.
Black
It's a red
people don't
herring.
vote
Let
for the
me answer you.
Democratic Party. I
Let me
can't go
answer
to a
you.
store that I don't patronize and expect to
And
get
you
something
can't hear
back.
people if you ask them. You keep talking. The problem is, y'all keep saying, is it tit for tat? They keep
Right.
pushing y'all to one side or the other. You still controlled and you still a puppet. Because you could, well, what did such and such do for you? I'm not loyal to no side. I'm loyal to what is right.
Facts.
Why y'all keep trying to go to one side or the other? I don't give a fuck about Biden or whomever.
I
You
said,
know
So
what I
who
give
we
a
right.
vote,
fuck
but
about?
who? Okay, the
What affects
She's
citizens. Who
doing
we
us?
what
vote
they
for?
want you to do.
Who
She's
we
doing
vote
what
for?
they want you to do.
Who we
Exactly.
vote
That's
for?
exactly what the
No,
system is
y'all
designed
still
for.
That's exactly what she's
y'all
doing.
playing games.
No,
Who
you
did
playing
the
Exactly.
games.
black
You caught up
people
in the
vote
game.
for? Who did y'all vote
Exactly.
for? Who did you vote
Who?
for?
I
What
voted
does that
for
have to
Joe
do with
Biden,
it?
the
It was only
lesser
two
of the
No,
evils.
I'm
choices.
saying the numbers. I'm not
There was only
individually.
two choices, and you can't ask me that. That's stupid. Why? That's polarizing.
It's a
How
red
is that
herring,
polarizing
sir.
when I said as a
Because you're also
conglomerate,
trying to
who
tell
did
me that
black
my
people
vote
vote for?
wasn't right because of what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't do
it
that
doesn't
shit.
make
I
sense.
don't pick a side, so I
Who did
don't
Look,
black
tell you
people
that.
vote for?
It makes
So
no
it
you
doesn't
telling
difference.
me
even that
Obama
part
didn't
don't
put
matter.
in
We already
particular
said that it was the
laws?
lesser of two
And
evils
so
when
you're
it
Let's
came
telling
right
me,
get back
down
to
to.
the
so you
topic.
You
picked the
either
lesser of the
voted for
two
Campaign.
Trump or
evils,
you
Campaign.
voted for
but the
Biden.
That's
You
the
had
Asians,
one or
topic.
the
the
other.
Asians didn't vote for nobody, but they had got something done that y'all couldn't get
Campaign.
done for 65 years of voting.
You know why? Because Mitch
That just
McConnell's
sounds
wife
like
is
nonsense.
Asian. Mitch McConnell's wife is an Asian woman.
Now, so what that got to do with it? He don't control the whole Congress. So why y'all ain't getting nothing?
Listen. Let me tell you something.
Because
This is
I'm
what
not in
Kamala Harris
happened.
is
Congress.
black. So why y'all ain't getting
I
nothing?
mean,
She's saying y'all
She,
like she not
she
a
won't
part of
even
us.
So when
listen.
I said
right?
Kamala
Exactly.
Harris, so
Like
why
she
we
got
ain't getting
something.
nothing?
No, I'm
Like she
trying to
was up in
tell her.
Congress
I
and got
didn't vote for
something.
My
Joe Biden.
question is, who
I
did you
didn't vote
vote
Girl,
for
for?
him. I
ma'am,
voted
you
for neither
obviously
one
don't
of them.
understand
Listen,
the
I'm
system.
just gonna explain how it happened and what happened with it. And it is because his wife is Asian. He's more partial to the Asian community because his wife is Asian. So this is what happened. When they come up with a bill in Congress or whatever, they have to get votes on the bill. They only need so many votes to pass it. Then it goes to the Senate. Once it gets in the Senate, they only need so many votes to pass it. The Democrats didn't have enough votes to do it on its own. So what happened was Mitch McConnell got his crew to vote on that and it passed. That's how it went through. Democrats, the reason we can't get the crime bill right now, because we don't have enough people in there to pass it. We tried to get Republicans to help us pass it and they wouldn't do it. So that's why we can't get that bill done. You have to have a majority in order to get these bills passed and then they go to the president's desk.
That's fact.
Okay, so Bill Clinton got the bill to reduce aid.
Bill Clinton not in
Hold
office.
on. Let me finish speaking because you just been talking. So
because it
Joe
don't make
Biden
sense.
got enough support for the Joe Biden crime bill. to lock y'all up.
He don't have
King
enough.
got enough support for the bill to cut welfare for what they saw for Black recipients.
But you're going back to previous voters.
Joe Biden
That's how they voted.
with Title 42. So to remove that, so people who never voted for him to get a benefit. But you're telling me the Asians, for their crime bill, that they got protections, they didn't need votes.
They did need votes. They got enough. Miss McConnell,
So how are they getting their agenda pushed?
Let me tell you,
How they getting their protection?
If you listen,
She just said it a minute ago. Dang, we all heard
Miss
her.
McConnell wife is Asian. That's how they got it done.
She's stuck on
Wait,
this
hold on.
Asian
Can you
thing.
even explain the process? Can you explain the political process, the change, starting from local, going up to Senate, state Senate, to actually Congress and the Senate? Can you explain those processes and how bills get passed and how they even get introduced?
That kind of question. She
Because
only
if you
cares
can't do
about
that,
Joe
stop
Biden and
asking.
Title
So stop
42.
asking those questions.
It goes
Because
through the
you
House,
obviously don't
and
know.
then it gets voted on in the Senate, and then it goes to the president's desk. The president don't write laws. He's signing bills.
Right.
So Joe Biden been a
I'm talking
senator
about
for 40
the
years. Hold on, brother. You just asked me a question. I'm answering.
But you didn't start from
Joe
where I asked you
Biden
to,
been a
because you
senator
already messed
writing
up.
bills for 40 years.
From the states,
Donald Trump was the president. He only signed in bills that they passed. So what is you
Okay,
talking
you one
about?
of those people.
No,
you one of those people who think
one of
because
those
you
people that
yell,
talk
you
sense.
think you yell and
No,
you're right.
one of
You're
those
not
people
yet.
that talk
It
sense.
doesn't make you right.
I told you, red herring, rabbit hole. Don't
So
go
the
down the
House
rabbit
don't
hole
write
with her.
bills.
No
It don't go through the
at all,
House,
ma'am.
and then the Senate,
Sorry.
and then the president passed the bill or send it back and veto it.
We're not getting anywhere because she's not understanding.
Well, I'll bid y'all good night, and y'all talk about this foolishness.
Buenas
that y'all ain't
noches,
doing.
I'll tell you
señorita.
what. Whenever they feel like the white population is going down, all they do is open the damn border and bring them in here because they identify them as being white. That's the end of that shit. So let's move on.
Let's get back to the
Look,
story.
let me tell y'all the truth about something right quick. When they come in from over the border, just like you said, sister, and you said the truth. When they come in from over the border, any border into the United States, I don't care if their skin is darker than mine. If they put that they white on their entry paperwork, and they encourage them to put that they white. Trust and believe, because that's what they're doing now. They try to make their numbers be right because they dying off by the population of them. They're about to be the minority, but they want to make the Puerto Ricans and everybody else the majority so that we can do what? Be below them and be less than always.
And what are the Hispanic community right now? Haven't y'all heard that the Hispanic community are saying there are white Hispanics? Haven't y'all heard that? The Hispanic community is now saying that they are white Hispanics. That's what
they didn't have to say it. They've been doing that. They always.
But that sister that said about what they're doing with the numbers, I like to deal in facts. And what you was just talking about, ma'am, was just facts. Anybody that come in this country, that's what they're classifying them. They will tell you to put it on. That's what I like to deal in facts.
Let me ask you this question right here. I got one question for y'all. In 30 years, all these black young mothers and all these people, and we still, what they say, 5% of some of the population, it's a damn lie.
You said what?
I haven't heard anybody talk about education.
Well, I did. That was my point.
The entire time that we've been up here, we haven't talked about educating our people and getting them to finish school.
That's what I thought we were talking about.
Different degrees
I was talking
to get into different positions.
I'm gonna say this about school, honey. If you can count your money, you good. Look at here now.
But you have to be educated on how the system works.
That's what I said, man. That's what I was talking about. Educating on the system.
I love it. I love it. You sure right about that, honey, because ain't nothing in school gonna teach you nothing but getting yourself in some debt, baby. Exactly. That's all it's gonna do. You better get you a good started on your
help
own
you to obtain positions.
What?
School is going to help you to obtain positions in different areas where we need to
let me tell you
be.
something. Hold on. Let me say this.
With me, and they ain't even got a high school
I can't believe you didn't.
Let me tell you something. Show right. Kobe Bryant came straight out of high school, went straight in NWA, and was making more money than the law allow, honey. And he ain't went to nobody's school. What?
Well, if you white, you don't even have to get an education. It's all about who you know and your white.
Show right.
Or if you're a
So
Jew, you
why?
don't even pay for education at all. You go for free and get those big ass title positions as lawyers and
So
entertainers
right.
and what
So
shit.
right.
You
So
don't
when
even
you
pay
come
for
in here and
there.
talking about some
Everybody,
school is not
excuse
the
me,
answer.
everybody on Capitol Hill has a degree, and we need to start putting our people in those places,
Where
and
you
it's
see
going to
that
take
at?
an education.
Where you see that
It's
at? That's
going
not
to
true.
take an education.
That's
No,
not
it don't.
true.
Excuse
DeSantis
me?
does not have a degree.
That's not
DeSantis
true.
does not have a degree. And there are some other
No,
ones
that's not
that don't
true.
have a
There's
degree.
quite a few of them that don't have no degree,
What?
baby.
That's facts. They don't.
You need to go back and check out some
Okay,
things
well,
and
let me.
then
Can
come
I say
back.
something? Let me say something. Even
Lord have
no,
mercy.
education is important depending on what you want to do. We can't just keep on pushing a single, simple-minded, narrow-minded
Right.
narrative. You have to say what do you want to do, and that's how you need to learn. You need to learn what you need to learn for your
Right. And
stuff,
I
so
believe in
you can be the
education.
best. Yeah, but also if the education is going to do nothing if these people can't get jobs or they don't have the money because there's dress codes in Congress and Senate and stuff like that. People got to get where all this money. If I wanted to become a senator or something like that, I couldn't even apply because I wouldn't have the money to buy to wear the dress code. It's stuff like that that we need to know so we can address, so we can start to break those things down, so we can create the access.
We need to get
I
some
would
more of
say,
our
this
people
system ain't
sitting
never
at
worked
Because
for
these
our
we
people.
tables.
still
So I
don't even
think
have
we need to
access.
dismantle the system and start it from scratch, tear it down, let it fall, and then we need to start
All
over
right.
because this shit ain't never work, ain't gonna work for us when it comes to B1 black
False
folks.
what? Because they just had a whole bill where the white lady tried to change and enforce the dress code in Senate for the females for the jackets and the skirts they were wearing. They had a whole like 2 or 3 day discussion on it.
Petty shit. That's petty shit.
And the men have a dress code. You have to wear a shirt, tie, and a jacket.
That's true. Those are
Okay,
facts, though.
so get you one from the thrift store. They got some nice shit
Yeah,
second.
that's
So you
not.
fine.
You know what? Getting your clothes is the least of your worry because when you
Okay.
get that position, they do give you money up front too. So
Yeah,
that's
but it
something
ain't enough. They
small.
don't, because there was one lady that actually made it into a senator of Congress or whatever, and she had to raise money, and then she
Was she
had
on the
designers
local level?
actually.
Was she on the
She
local level, or are you talking about in DC?
in DC.
Okay, in DC. Now it is
Now, wait a
expensive to
minute.
be
Let him
there.
finish. Wait a minute. Let him finish. Now, what you were saying about the lady? What happened?
Well, they saw, she was talking about how, the clothes are expensive and they expect you to dress a certain way and everything. And when she got voted in, she got donations and then designers were hitting her up and like giving her clothes and all this other stuff. And so basically she got her stuff donated, but it's little stuff like that that keeps like they pile up little simple and stupid shit that they'll pull out to try to enforce to keep you out once they start seeing the wrong people, quote unquote,
Black
accessing
people.
right, getting up there and start accessing this stuff. So it's like
But
making
the
sure we're educated, making sure we create resources, and making sure we have access.
but the reason I say that's petty, because like she said, you can get that
That's
from
not
a
false
thrift
information.
store.
Why the fuck you gonna tell me you could go research it yourself? You don't got to sit here and argue with me, somebody in the comments. My bad.
And then we
Like I
just
just
say
sat
that
there, watch it.
we up here worrying about Balenciaga and shit. You worrying
Right.
about spending some kind of type of money just to fit into some shit that don't want you in the first
Right.
place. I don't care. You
Exactly.
still, I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
but you
something.
know
You
what?
got,
We need to be in there because that's why we ain't got nobody in there now.
we
Speaking for us.
have people in there.
Right.
But just let me tell you something. The moment they get in there, they soon forget who the fuck they are. They
You
become
sure
one of
right about
them.
that.
You're not
But
going
we
into a
we
system
only
to
have
change the shit. You will never go into their system and change shit about their system. They've already established it's not for us. It's for them. So
It's for
anything you're going
them.
to do is to protect their system against your own people. That's
but
the only
it's
thing you're going to do. You're
400
not changing
senators,
shit.
and out of 400 senators, there are only 3 black people that's in the Senate. 400 senators, and it's only 3 of those senators are black. That's problematic.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. I watched it. Like, how
And you
people
ain't
ain't
gonna
who
go
ain't
in there
even sit
changing
there and
shit.
watch
They
it
just
and
want
try
to
to
be
say something?
gatekeepers to make sure y'all keep y'all black folk in y'all line. Y'all keep your black folk in line. We got you in here. You're a token. That's it. I'm just a I don't
But
believe I don't buy none of that.
that's what we mean when we say it's part of the problem. It's because it's not enough of us in there. You mean
In there. Yep.
400
By
senators and 3
design.
black?
You ain't gonna
Yep.
go in there changing nothing,
But
ladies.
that's
I
by
don't care.
design. It is by design that way. And that's why some of these
It
systems
is.
do need to be tore down because
Exactly.
these
That's what I
systems
said.
were put in place to keep us at the bottom, not at the top, not in the middle. They were invented to keep us at the bottom. The whole police, the reason it was created was for slaves, for us. So that's why we have to get rid of this qualified immunity. That's why we have to get a crime bill that we can't get through because it's not enough of us in there to vote for it. You need a majority, and we don't have that.
Well, now's the time. Now that they see this young black man being killed down in the streets like this, now's the time for us to be in that Senate or in that House of Representatives and getting some bills in there and saying, see this, what happened to this Tyre Nichols young man? This is why we need a hate crime bill, period.
Well, then
now it's time to strike while you got to strike while the iron is hot.
Where is that? It got black folk up in there. What they saying? What they talking about, y'all?
They trying to get it passed.
Okay, but they ain't talking about nothing. That's why
no. Cory Booker was working on it. He was working on it, and what happened was when they put it on the floor, no Republican would vote for it the last time it was on the floor. So then when they tried to restructure it to maybe come up with a deal to get enough Republicans on it, well, once they wanted to put the things in the bill, the Republicans was against everything being put in the bill. They didn't want to get rid of qualified immunity. They didn't want to outlaw certain things that police could do. They don't totally want body cameras on all these policemen or whatever. You have to negotiate, and the things that they negotiate, the Republicans won't go along with.
But you know why? Because Joe Biden is for the police.
And guess what?
Joe Biden is not in there. Joe Biden didn't negotiate the bill. He didn't negotiate.
Tell you, if he don't like something that they saying, he'll make them go back on the floor and discuss it. And that's 17 more days and everything else. Trust me when I say he is.
They couldn't ever even come up with it. It was two black men working on the bill. The one black Republican that they have in the Senate, and then it's two black men that are Democrats. Well, the black Democrat and the black Republican was working on the bill. Every time Cory Booker tried to put something in the bill to say, okay, can we get you to agree with this? He was like, no. The reason the black man was like, no, was because he ain't nothing but a coon up in there. He can't agree to anything because he got to clear everything with his white people that he's in the party with that does nothing for black people. That's why it can't even get voted on, because these Republicans are not willing to do anything. They feel like the police don't have enough control. They want even more.
Well, I tell you one thing for sure, and two things for certain. They better do something because the whole situation is getting out of hand as far as these police is concerned. They're getting more aggressive and more willing to kill anyone, innocent people out here in the streets. They're not at all. And one thing for sure, and two things for certain, in a minute, it's going to be something on their hands that they wish they would have had.
I agree. It's something bubbling. It is something bubbling. I can't tell you.
You can't keep showing innocent people, innocent black men and innocent black women and children getting killed out here on the streets by the police and think that something is not going to happen.
Right. It's bubbling. I'm telling you, I see it on social media. I see it when people's talking about it on TV. People are to the point where they're at their breaking point, and they are getting worried because they see what is, because people are to the point I've seen where they're like, well, they don't want to talk no more. But when you get to a point that they don't want to talk anymore, the only thing is going to happen is they'll get out here and they'll do these things, and then they'll call the National Guard in. But white people are afraid. These Republicans, these white people, they are afraid.
What was excuse me, what was the topic of the show today?
It was about
It's been real.
No, don't leave. You stay on up here because you keeping us educated in the first place about the whole situation.
I gotta come back.
Ja, I appreciate you, Ja B. Before you go, I appreciate you because somebody else on here that saying the same thing that I'm saying, that knows the system and know what they talking about. And again, like I said, I want to know. That's good. I want to know your channel because I love politics too. But the problem is most of us don't understand how the system works.
They said that
they made us not like it.
You don't know what you're talking about. You just be like yourself.
I can't with y'all. But I'll let you know.
Exactly, honey. That's nothing but noise and nonsense, child.
That's right. Y'all have a good one.
Noise and nonsense. I'm not on here for anybody to like me.
Your knowledge and everything. Now, what you were saying, young lady over here, what your name is? Keish Walsh. What's your name? What you was saying?
Talking faces you talking about?
No. Right here where it say Keish Walsh. What you was saying, baby?
I forgot what I was saying 1,000 times because I couldn't get a word in edgewise. But the last thing I did say was I think I was talking about education, but I think somebody said that education is not the key, but I believe it is.
It is the key.
Education is the key, but it all depends on what you're going out here to be wanting to be.
We need to get some of our people in positions in all of these different positions and get more of our people at these tables so that we can make more of the decisions to change for our people. Not just a couple, but lots and lots and lots of
Honey,
people
the
to
system
obtain
started with
lots of
them,
different
and it's
degrees.
gonna end with them. You have
Girl,
to,
that's
they
what
have
I've
to
been
get
saying.
put out. You got to take them out. You got to let it crumble.
But if
let it
we get
fall.
more of our people in school and graduate with these different degrees, we can start doing something. If we're not at the table, nothing is going to ever change for us.
That's what I keep saying. But these people,
go to
they
school
don't think
in
we
debt.
should be at the table. They say voting is not getting us anywhere.
It's
The
not
young
about
lady
what
that was
they
up
think.
here,
We go
that's
to
what she's
school and
against
obtain our
voting.
degrees and we make our way into the table in life. It's not about what they think.
We have to be
We
at the table.
graduate and we get the jobs.
We
And
gonna
the
get
only way we're
left
going to do that
behind.
is with education.
Facts.
We can never be left behind. What
If
do you
we're not
mean?
at the table, we will be. If we're not at the table, we have to be at the table.
Why we want to sit at their fucking table? They don't want you there. Don't you get it?
But
They
ma'am,
don't want you there. And the
we
ones
live
that
in
are
a
there are just
world where there are
tokens.
laws.
They're just
There are
tokens,
laws
lady.
and policies,
And
and
they've
you
been
have
doing
to
this shit
be.
for years, and they ain't gonna never do nothing about us.
Okay.
Or for us. I'm
We
just
gonna
saying,
agree to
exactly,
disagree.
build our own table. Why we gotta sit at their shit? See, that's the problem. We're trying to assimilate into a system that don't want you. Why are we trying to assimilate? Why are we
I
trying to integrate
disagree.
into their shit?
I agree
can
with
do
that.
both.
But some
We
real
can do
change
both.
got to happen. But some real change ain't gonna happen if we don't get some things going. And sitting at their table is not the solution to the problem. We have to create our own table and have them sit at it.
It's not an either or. It's both, people. We have to do both.
But that's like you got 1 foot in and 1 foot. You got to either be in this or out of it, ma'am. We don't need those type of.
I'm
That's
sorry.
doing the work that we need to
Okay,
do.
let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. If we're not at the table, let me just give you a scenario. If we're not at the table, that means they leave Black people out of everything. We live in a system, in a society where there are laws and there are policies, and if we're not in the policies, and if we're not in what the laws apply to us, then what are we? A long time ago, before, after slavery or whatever, we had our own Black Wall Street and so many other cities, but we weren't a part of the system then. And what did they do? They bombed it. They flooded it. We have to be in the system. We can't be on the outside. We can have our own, but we need both, not just one. It takes both. I mean, we can just agree to disagree, but I think my personal opinion, I think you're wrong. I know it takes both, because if they write us out, then where are we?
Well, they done wrote us out
They
already.
wrote us in.
Let me exactly.
We're not in. We have the illusion.
I think
that's unproductive. I just think it's unproductive.
The illusion of inclusion. You're not included.
That's right. That's true. That's the truth. Right now, today, we are not included in any of these bills, anything. You just said the stuff didn't go through. They couldn't even get the bill to be even spoken about, let alone brought to the floor.
That's one bill.
Hold on. What we have to do is start making sure, like this young lady said, that we get the people educated so they can get up in to the positions that they need to get in.
Okay,
and then
that's a part of the system.
Hold on. Let somebody else talk. I'm not even finished. Once we get up into positions, then we can start to create a table of our own. The hell we're trying to go into. They don't want to.
I think she said she's advocating being a part of the system. You're saying out of the system.
I'm not saying out of the system. I'm saying once we get in there. Okay.
Well, how is that anything different from what I'm saying?
We're in the House. We're in the Senate, and then we create our own table, our own situation where we have.
I'm gonna let y'all because I don't like unproductive talk.
Hold on a minute. You don't like to listen to nobody else.
To get
you don't
in their table,
to nobody else. You have to be quiet and let other people talk
to get
now.
education and get in debt. That's what the fuck you're saying. You're gonna go to their institutions and get an education to sit at their table and so we can get our own table, but you're gonna be in debt and girl, oh Lord.
Unproductive.
Man.
So you're
And you ain't
advocating for
nothing. Let
not
me tell you
going to
something.
school to
That's
get a
why
degree?
racism, that's why the system of racism and white supremacy is so profitable, because of shit like that. That's why
Are
it's so
you telling
profitable.
me?
They'll never get rid of it because of shit like that. For that kind of talk right there. We're gonna go and pay them and get in debt to go to their system, their schools that they built for you. They put your black ass in to waste your time. When you could have been doing
Excuse me,
something
lady.
else
Do you hear yourself?
build.
She does. I can't. I'm not arguing with her no more because
I'm
it
not
just
arguing
don't
with
make
it
sense
anymore.
to me.
I'm done.
Okay, so
It don't
what
make
school?
sense to me
What
anymore.
school should
What
they
we
go
not
to?
gonna
You want
do?
our
You
people to
said I
be
said voting is not.
uneducated?
I said voting in your local elections. So what we not gonna do is twist what I said.
And
I
nobody's
said you
talking about
gotta
you.
vote.
She's talking to this
No,
other
I was
lady.
in the comments. I've been hearing, and you said the lady up here before said not voting is not the key. I said voting in your local elections is the key, and the president. You don't have much influence unless you in a swing state. So your voting is still not getting it done without economics. Because like you already said,
You
Asians
have to
don't
have
vote.
both. You
They
have to have
don't
both.
vote, and neither do Jews have the power to vote.
Oh,
So
we
They
had
do
a
have the
excuse me.
power to vote.
they don't
Jews are
have
Um,
enough
small.
people for
They're
voting
small. They're
power.
a small
And as
community.
she said,
Why
education
they need
is
to
key.
vote? They
Because
running
somebody
on
said
shit.
up here, Ron
You can
DeSantis
play all you want.
don't have a degree. He has a law
excuse me.
degree.
Can I say one thing,
They
please?
don't care.
Some words.
He
Some
lied.
words.
He
That's
Some
doesn't
what
have
you
words.
it.
mean. That's why voting don't even
Excuse
matter,
me.
because it's
Excuse
Jews don't
me.
vote because it's they shit. They have you down here
Excuse
playing
Hold on
the
one
me,
game.
second. Hold on
ma'am.
They
one
have
second.
you
She's trying to.
politicking and
She's
being
trying to say
distracted.
something.
They
Excuse
have you
me.
distracted
We have to.
while you up here
We
playing
have
their
to.
game. They're getting ahead of you by you playing
Oh,
their
girl,
game, and they watching you like little pawns.
Go ahead, Keith.
We have to be careful what we have to be careful what words we say on YouTube because they have a
Demonetized.
yes, especially that J word is very controversial. So some of those words we kind of want to stay away from when it comes to those different races. So yeah, we don't want to get his channel like flagged or anything.
Or you could just
So we got to
abbreviate, like
just be
she
careful.
said.
Or little hats is what I call them. So you use the code word little hats. But you are absolutely right. You do need education because a lot of that has to do with law. So you do need a law degree. So people saying local elections and voting count because that's our what you got to focus on. But far as the president, you don't have much sway in that if you're not in a swing state. Only certain states decide the outcome of a presidential election. And it comes down to electoral votes. Either way, you don't get an influence. They can use, just like with Trump, either way, Hillary Clinton had the popular vote, but that's not who got in. It's the
Right.
electoral college.
College,
I
that's right.
digress.
They put his behind in there.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah, we know that. But my point is that we do need education. We need education so we can be able
Definitely.
to get into those spaces so that we can be able to set up a table so that when it comes down to these bills, we have the infrastructure and the votes in the Senate and in the House of Representatives to be able to change the laws. And it
Facts.
does start at the local level because as you put them in on the local level, all they do is go straight on up and up
That's
and up
all
and
they
up
do.
and keep on going until we get the right amount of people in there to make those votes happen. Now, if people ain't smart enough to know that by now, they need to get it together because that's the reason why we ain't at the table. And that's the reason why we can't get nothing done. And that's the reason why our lives are not protected out here. But let me go back to something that you said
That's what
earlier.
I've been saying.
Let me go back to something that you said earlier, baby, which was when they said something about the oh God, I'm trying to think. You said the police where they can they got that protection where you can't really sue them, but what the people
Qualified
need to
immunity. Qualified
qualified
immunity.
immunity. But what people need to understand, what you need to do is sue their insurance. Sue
Bond.
them
Yep.
personally. When you sue them personally, then not as that police officer,
In
but
their personal
personally,
capacity.
You can't.
there
You
it
can't.
is.
They're
Yes, you can.
protected.
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can.
You can
Yes,
pull
you
their
can.
bond. You can pull their
Yes, you
bond. They have a
can.
surety bond, and you can pull that bond, and you can file a suit against their
So right,
against them.
but people not smart enough to do that. Had they done that, then these people wouldn't even. Not only would they, cause see, let me tell you something. When a police officer get fired from one place, don't you know he can go right over and move somewhere else and be a police officer in another state or in another city?
Right. That's why they were trying to include that in the bill too. They were trying to include that in the
Honey,
bill as
when I
well.
say if you sue them personally, plain up, straight up for that house and everything that they got, that they have, and you sue them, they won't be able to do that, baby. And guess
You
what'll
can't do
happen? Guess
that.
what'll happen? Guess what'll happen? When it comes down to them getting any police officer trying to get insurance after that, they're gonna have a hard time.
Because they can't
Well,
get
let me say
insured.
this.
Yep.
Most states you can't sue the police officer. Now, maybe it's one state out there, but that's one of the things that they're trying to add in the bill is they want people to be able not only to sue that particular state, they want them to be able to sue the officer too. Well, they don't want to go for that. That's another thing they're trying to do, but they won't go for it. They can't get enough votes for it because we don't have enough people in the Congress or the Senate to pass it.
I never heard that you
Well,
couldn't
they're
sue
not going to pass it anyway
You
because
can't.
then their system will crumble, ma'am. They're not going to do anything that is going to disrupt their system, ma'am. It's too profitable. They're not gonna let you do that. Not easily.
Well, it's clearly because we haven't been able to do it. Clearly.
Exactly. They're going to make it very difficult for you, make an example out of you, and then people going to say, oh, this shit don't work. And then guess what? We're not going to try it again. But there is a way that you can sue them in their personal, private capacity, ma'am. And yes, there is. It's a such thing as telling to lean on them. Okay?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can sue anybody in the world. It don't matter if you're a police or not.
Exactly. Thank you, Sergeant King. Yes.
What the hell you talking about? I'm sorry. I don't mean to get nasty, but I'm just saying you can sue anybody that you want to sue, regardless of whatever.
You can
Okay.
sue them, but you can't sue them if what you're suing them for was something they did while on active duty. You can't. That's what they're trying to pass because they say that will stop them from killing Black people. If they know they can lose their house, if they know they can lose their pension, this is one of the things that they wanted to add in the bill, and the Republicans will not go for it. They wanted to add that. You can't do it. You can sue them outside of their job, but anything that happens while they are on the clock as an officer, they are protected by qualified immunity and they can't be sued. That's why people want to get rid of qualified immunity.
Yeah, they need to be gone. They need to be gone for real. Cause I just don't see how you could just no.
If they could, ma'am, other people would have been suing them, but they can't.
Right. You're right about
Ma'am,
that.
if it's something that is unconstitutional, you can sue them.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Qualified immunity only if it's anything that they have done, any action that was unconstitutional, already is deemed unconstitutional, you can sue the city because they're in violation of their constitutional their oath of office, ma'am.
Okay, let me tell you something. You can sue the state. You can't sue the individual police person that did it to you. You can't sue the individual. I'm telling you what I know. And also, now then the government, the federal government can come in and they could sue said person or bring charges against said person. But the individual cannot sue a individual policeman if he was on duty when he did whatever was done. You cannot do it. It's called qualified immunity.
But ma'am, it also says that the qualified immunity is a principle where if you can show that the official violated clearly established statutory or constitutional rights, you can sue their ass.
You can sue the police department, and that's what
you can sue. It says, ma'am, official, the person who committed that, ma'am.
Okay, we're gonna
sue them, and
we're gonna agree to disagree. But that's what this lady is gonna do with this young man. She's gonna sue the state.
Let me say this. I believe that the reason why they don't sue that person individually is because they know that if they sue the state, they're gonna get more millions of dollars.
Exactly.
Not all the time they get that much.
For me, I would be suing that person personally. They wouldn't have a damn nickel to scratch and a dime either when I got finished suing they behind personally. I would
sue all of them. Sue all of them. Sue the officer, the state, the city, the county. Sue them all.
All of them. All of them.
Put it
And
on
what
them.
you do is you sue their insurance. You
That's
sue
it.
their insurance.
You
Now
sue
I
them.
believe
You
you
go
can
after
do
they bond.
when
You go after they
when
bond.
you got people like Crump sitting on their side, he ain't gonna tell you to do that because he looking for his payday.
And
Don't
then
forget
you
he get paid just as much as and when you get them millions of dollars, he get his cut too.
And he would get it if they sued the insurance company. If
and
he's
when
the
you sue
lawyer,
they and when
he
you
would get
sue
some for that too.
right. And how
If
you
you
do
could
that?
do it, he would get some of that too.
And how you do that when you sue them on their bond, when you go after their bond, what you do, you insert the oath of office that they have on file at the county, the city or what county they work. You take their oath of office and see that they violated. Did they uphold the oath of office? The oath of office supposed to uphold the Constitution, right? So there go your damn qualified immunity out the door. You can sue that. Come on now. You
If
can
that
put a
was the
lien on
case,
that.
Come on now, Ma.
if that
Go
was the case,
ahead,
he could
Ma.
do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Ma.
We won't go over here with shade on labor. We won't go. That's why I
Now,
feel like I be quiet over
I
here, but
like
we
that.
won't.
I like the way you said that, young lady. I like the way you said that.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it because I want to tell you, if we start suing them suckers personally, honey, you were showing up and sue that bond and sue them
Put some paper
insurance on
on
them.
them. And then put that
Honey,
oath
we
of
gonna have
office on
something on
there.
our hands.
Yep. Submit that oath of
They'll stop
office,
doing what they're doing.
which is
But
faulty
got to do
anyway.
something in the meantime while we ain't got no crime bill. Because I promise to tell you, if we don't do nothing and sit on our hands, we're gonna see this. It's gonna be another Tyree in a couple of more months. George Floyd just passed. How long ago was that? Now here we are again watching another black man be killed like this.
Yep.
And it's gotten worse. They
Yeah, it's
killed
gotten
more
worse.
people this year. They've killed more people last year than they did any other year. So it got worse.
Yeah, they taking out more people than COVID shit, man.
So it is.
No,
Come
they
on.
showing us that you complain, you do this, do that, will get worse. That's what they're showing us.
Well, when they came up and said they wanted to take some of that money from them, they quickly started changing their tune and getting mad about the idea. You saw all them people quitting all of this and all of that.
Yeah,
They
they
said
was
they
mad
want to take
about
that
that.
money, honey. They was quitting left and right.
In New
Now what
York,
they do?
they had
What
so
they
many
do?
officers quit in New
Did
York.
all at the same time, all at the same. I'm in New York. I live in New York, so I know.
Yeah,
Trust me
they
when
did.
I say. Trust me when I say them suckers quit their jobs, everything, gave up their picture, everything. They didn't give a rat's ass. But let me tell you something. That goes to show you that when it comes down to that money, that is what is important.
Hit their pocket. That's where you get them.
Hit
Hit
their
their
pocket,
pocket.
baby.
Well, they also
Hit their
quit too
pocket.
because the Department of Justice was coming in to that to investigate. And one of the things, I forget who the chief was at that time, he was they were going through a process where they had to reevaluate all the officers. And so rather than being reevaluated to see if they could keep their job, a lot of them just quit. And then another state, they changed the police chief and brought in another police chief to fix the things in this other city. And then a lot of officers quit then too, because they want to be able to do what they've been doing.
I tell you, this is just as crazy as the whole situation happened with George Floyd. But I tell you one thing for sure and two things for certain. I ain't never seen a man be beat like that. I never seen a man be beat like that. How about
man, I'm telling you,
Not for except for in movies or something. I thought it was like a movie. I was like, what
like
the
this
fuck?
can't be
That's
real,
crazy.
right? The official kingpin,
It
like
looked
this
like
is
a
unreal.
crucifixion. Like they was
And you,
crucifying him.
man, and I was like, man, let this be a psyop. Let this be a psyop. Don't let this shit be real. Let this be a psyop, man. They just running the goddamn psychological, operation on us to see how to gauge where we are, like to feel where the black folk is, how we stand, where we at. Man, I'm like, please let this be a psyop. But
And in some states, what they're doing is they're starting to outlaw cameras, you recording them. I think in Florida, is it in Florida or is another state where they put a law on the books that you can't record officers.
Oh, well, they can forget about that, honey. Because people gonna have their phone on record. A lot of people got them cameras right in their car that record anyway. All they gotta do is turn it to the window and you can see everything anyway. So they can outlaw whatever they want to outlaw, but honey, that ain't gonna work.
Well, I don't think it's gonna stop people either, but
no, it's not.
But it's gonna make the officers able to arrest people that are recording now. That's what the law was basically designed for it to do, because they're getting exposed and they want to stop being exposed.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all remember when they started putting cameras on stoplights and they would send you that damn ticket in the mail?
Yes.
Yeah. We obviously got some of them suckers.
They got rid of it in Texas. They got rid of it in Texas.
They got rid of it in New York too.
Huh? But wait a minute. But that camera caught a lot of shit, though, did it?
Yes, it did.
But they got rid of them, though, did they?
And see, with this case with this young man, what the police chief said was they have drones that's actually supposed to give you your tickets. In that state image, yes, they have drones that fly. If you're speeding, what they do is they take a picture of your license plate and then they send you a ticket in the mail. That's why the police chief said that those officers wasn't even supposed to stop him, because that's not a part of their job.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing they do got, and that was that camera sitting up there on that pole recording everything that happened.
Hello.
Them cameras, they still got them cameras. They just ain't got the ticket to go behind it.
Yeah,
But they
that's
still
what I'm
got them
saying. So them cameras are still operational. So come on with it now.
Yes, they are. On the freeway here in New York, they still got cameras up there too. They could tell you when a person do a hit and run. They could tell you who did it and so on and so forth. Because my second mom, her daughter was in a wreck, and they gave her the information, honey. It was a hit and run. So let me tell you, it's still cameras in the city, and the eye in the sky is always watching.
Oh, it's always watching.
There you go. Hello. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But they stopped it for giving the ticket. But them cameras are still there.
Them cameras are still working.
They still working though. But see,
real good. They might not have no audio,
but you can see what's going on. See, yeah, CCTV. Exactly.
Yes, you are. And thank God they was. But I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody must have been sitting behind that desk at that camera and turned that camera over. I don't know if it's motion detected or what. I don't know. They didn't say. But somebody turned that camera from the right back to the left to get the full shot and the full scene of that whole situation.
There you go.
If y'all go back and look at that footage, I looked at it several times, and I promise to tell you, I saw the camera go to the right and jerk back to the left, and then zoom in on them with him on the ground before they ever even put the first kick on him. And that man that kicked him, I mean, he reared back. He kicked him so hard he hurt his own leg. He walked away.
He sure did.
Ooh, geez.
So there
but their motion, a lot of those cameras are like they move with motion. So that's probably why you saw it do that, because they move with motion.
Okay, because they show, I was like, wow, they must have been watching them or knew something that they was doing some incorrect stuff from the beginning and said, well, let me see what they doing over here.
So that's why they were saying like how people get certain videos of stuff, because there's another, it's an eye in the sky, like you said. So they are, that's how these videos be uploaded and people can see what's going on. They go back and say, wait a minute, there's a camera here. Let's go check it out. That's how you get the bigger scope of the, like it's flying over you, or you know, it's like somebody's standing there or it's shaky. That's because it's on a whatever beam or whatever they sit them on or mount them on. That's why.
And that's how the police chief knew that the driver did not break any law, because she looked. They didn't tell us this, but it's clear that that's what happened. She looked at it and she said she did not see any reason for them to have stopped him. So that means that she saw him driving.
Yep, that's right, sister. Break it on down for us, honey. That's showing up the truth. She did say that. I watched the press conference. She did say that. She said, I don't even see no reason why they even stopped him from the very beginning.
They forced him to say that he was that he had drank some alcohol earlier that day.
I'm like, I don't drink. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even touch that stuff. I'm just ugly. I'm just naturally ugly like this. That's
they had beat him so bad when they was asking him. This was after they had done everything. This was at the very end. They was asking him, because they kept on saying that he must have been on drugs. He must have been on drugs because all of them were beating him and he was taking the beating. That's what they were saying. Like, we all beat him. He had pieced him up. I pieced him up. I kicked him. He was still standing. He was still fighting back. And then it was
so
like...
Kingpin, do you know if the white cop is going to be charged?
If the what?
If the white cop is going to be charged too?
I don't know. They never made... I haven't heard anything about a white cop. I'm the only person that's been talking about this white cop, as far as I know. So there was definitely a white officer there.
Well, the one young lady said that there was going to be 2 more investigations with 2 more for the man you talking about, and another white cop also too. That they've been put on death duty. They still working, but that they was put on death duty, and there's an investigation.
I don't even understand how, because he was the one that was tasing him and pepper spraying him over and over and over and over.
He was. He even pepper sprayed one of the other officers too.
Sure did.
And that made the other officer so mad that he came up and kicked the dude in the face. And it was He
And
talking
they
about,
locked
oh,
them
you
up
made me
pretty
pepper
quick
spray
too.
myself.
But they are on the other two, the white officer and the other officer are on desk duty. That's what the police chief said, that they were taken off the street and put on desk duty. But I don't understand why they didn't fire them because of the law in that state.
And there
And
was a lot of officers
I'm gonna
standing
tell
there
you,
and
just
the
You know
law.
why
watching.
they didn't fire him? You know
There was
why
a
they
lot of
didn't fire
people.
him? Because
There was a lot of people just standing there just watching.
you know what? I suspect that even though they on desk duty, I know there are other officers in that department are treating them like shit. They got to. They got
oh
to
no,
let them
them
know that
boys
this
in
is
blue,
kind of
baby.
stuff.
I don't think
They protect the blue now. Hold on, I
yeah.
don't think
No,
I don't think
them the
no,
so.
good
listen,
old boys. Them
no,
the good old boys.
And the two
no.
paramedics, they fired or suspended the two paramedics because from the video, the police chief said they did not do a welfare
They didn't
check
render
on him.
aid. They didn't render aid, and it was
Yeah,
minutes of him laying on that ground. They ain't even went over there and touched him, checked him out, or nothing.
right. So those two people
They were
were
supposed to immediately put him in the back of the ambulance
mhm.
and start immediately helping him and taking him to the ER or the hospital, wherever he needed to go, because it was clear that he was beaten very badly.
Child, that was worse than badly. But
Man,
what I want to see from now on is the next incident. God hope it's not another one. To see
You know
if
it
they're
will
gonna
be.
fire them as fast and bring charges as fast as they did with these black officers. See, we got to be consistent too.
They not gonna do that. They not gonna. You know, sister. Come on now. You know they not gonna do that. This the
Well,
first time we ever
Right.
even got the body cam footage within a 3 to 4
yes, that's
week
what I'm
period.
saying.
yes, it
So
But
take
they not
years to
gonna
get
do
the body
that.
the camera, that footage.
Sometimes they do.
But
They
Yeah.
do.
that's going to be even more indictment on the police department as a whole because black people are going to be saying, "Well, why did y'all do it so quickly in this instance?" But then when it's some white officers, it's a different story.
Right. They always lay them off with pay. They
Yes.
Well, let
fired
me
these
tell you
guys
something.
immediately.
Since when did they care about what black people had to say?
Well, one thing I do know, they don't like us protesting because they care more about property than they do black lives. So they really hate it when black people protest because they think the property is going to be destroyed and fires. And there already have been some property destroyed and fires. So they really hate that
Here
because
in
they
New
care more
York,
about that.
Man, let me tell you something about that protesting and destroying shit. If you really think about it, all they do is come right back in and rebuild the shit and move the black folk out. That's all it's about. So
And
people,
it's all right.
it be
Speak
lots of
to
other races that be
them.
out protesting too. I mean,
But this is the time when we all need to get together because everybody saw that. Everybody saw that and everybody know that it ain't right. And let me tell you something, they don't want their white sons, they Puerto Rican sons, they black sons, they small hat sons, and nobody else getting in the same position that they just put Tyree Nichols in. That's for sure. So they better get out here in the streets and protest just as much because next thing you know, it ain't gonna be just us, it's gonna be them too.
These other
That's
communities,
true.
they don't protest like that. They don't do that.
Honey, yes they do.
who
Yes
don't
they
who
do.
don't protest?
No,
It
Yes,
was
they
they
don't.
do.
more white.
When
It
them
was
people, let me
more
tell you
white
something. When them
people.
people in Ukraine, and excuse my language, and I don't mean to say that on your channel, King Payne, but when people are going through situations, they get out here and protest just as much too. And let me tell you something, that was going
Absolutely.
on over there, but we was over here because we got the places out here where these people are at, the synagogues and so on and so forth, and they get out there and they protest and they get what they want and get what they need.
I
Believe
ain't
that.
talking about the Jays, but I remember this 13-year-old Hispanic boy was killed by the police, and he was wrongfully shot, and they didn't that community, they didn't come out and protest.
Are you talking about when they tried to say he had a gun?
Yeah, that one.
But he did have a gun, and they did
You
get
gotta
out here
say
and
G,
protest.
ma'am. You gotta say G. You
Oh,
gotta
gee,
say
sorry,
G.
baby. Sorry, baby. He did have
J,
a G,
J.
and trust me, they got out here and they protest just the same too. I don't know if they did over there and where you at, but they was out here protesting over here. This is New York, baby. They protest out here.
Well, I didn't see that. Maybe it's a different incident, but they said this boy had a gun too, but he didn't have one. He did
Oh no,
not
it
have
was
one.
national
Oh,
news.
oh,
He
It was
did.
oh.
national news.
Yeah, but I mean, they not just killing us; they kill Hispanic people too. But I don't think
So
they kill
Oh,
them at the rate they kill us. But I saw one, and
talking
they did
faces.
not. Huh?
Talking faces. You gotta be careful with the K word, the J word, the G word. Like we gotta
Wait
be
a minute.
careful with
What word
this.
now? What word did I say?
The G
The
word.
K
You got to
word.
say
The
G.
K word.
The J
K
word.
word.
You talking about the J word?
Pow pow. And
The
then you gotta
G
say
word.
little
Pow
hat.
pow. Yeah, you got to
Pow
say.
pow.
And then the K
Oh, that's
word.
right. Gotcha.
Little
You
hat.
The
can't say the K word
KILL.
either.
Okay, I forget about that. Pow pow. Okay.
But we can say, but we can say NIGGAH, right? We can say no.
Pow pow. Okay.
See that double standard shit? We can say that, but we can't say that.
But you know what? But you know what, y'all? They can say the N word all over social media and nothing is done about it. You can say the N word till the cows come home, and YouTube and nobody else is gonna do anything about it.
That part.
Nope.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That part.
Yeah,
See
that's
the double
That's
crazy.
because
standard.
it's about us. That's because it's about us,
Yeah.
the derogatory
That's right.
statement towards us. So they never finna say, well, don't say that, or let me strike your channel, or you're gonna get demonetized. They're not gonna do that because they
No.
enjoy the degradation of us in the first place.
Right. I
Thank
remember
you.
Dave Chappelle said when he had his incident with when he didn't take the $50 million for that one season. I remember him seeing him doing an interview, and he said they called him into HR because he was saying the J word, and they told him he couldn't say that. And then he said,
Yeah.
so I can't say the J word. He said, but I can say the N word. She said, yeah, you can say the N word just as much as you want to. And he said, but I can't say that. This is what he said. He told human resource told him he could not say that word, but he could say the N word.
That's a trigger for me. That's why I keep saying that. That's why I said that what I said in the beginning. That's a trigger for me. They are so protected, but who protecting us? That's the point.
Nobody.
But it's a lot of other races that use it. Like, I mean, the Puerto Ricans and white people around here or where I live at, they think they call each other that all day long. I'm like, what the?
They
It's
wouldn't be
ridiculous.
standing in front of me.
They say it
And
to
see,
each other.
But they still wouldn't be saying it.
And look, ain't no sign. Look, where I am, I had seen an Asian sign. We were talking about can I say Asian? Okay, I saw an Asian sign where they said it was a sign saying, like protecting Asians, like do not hurt us or do not, commit crimes against some kind of like a anti, like
yeah.
yeah. And I said, are you serious? Ain't nobody got no black folk that somebody don't shoot us, don't kill us, don't ain't no sign about for us.
They don't see us as a value. They said it.
That's all right. We
They
are
don't see us.
1/3% of a human being.
We have to see
That's in the
ourselves as a value
Constitution.
and stick together. They see how we treat each other.
Facts. That's true.
But look, it don't even matter. Let me tell you something. They not gonna never
No, it
treat us
does.
good anyway.
It does matter.
I
We
mean,
have
it
to start
matters, but I'm
treating
just
each
saying
other.
their intention was to never treat. It is in the Constitution that we are only 1/3 of a human being.
Right.
The
If we
Constitution
bring
says
our
that we don't even
unity,
qualify as a full person.
But look,
It's gonna
if
take
we
me
have
and
more
my brother and my
unity,
sister to even congregate together to be one full person. So let's be clear. We ain't never gonna, baby. Look, let me shut up because
okay,
I know.
no, you're right. But what I want to say is, but due to the, well, I was going to say, that's so funny.
But I know every time you start talking, you make me laugh.
yeah, but
I
never say
swear to God.
never. We have to have unity. Unity is power.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. We can't have no unity when you looking at your sister like I hate you, and they looking at their brother like I hate you. That's the
But it
problem. We
has
have looked at each other
no.
for
The
years
problem
and
is
years.
it starts with this. It starts with ourselves loving
That's
ourselves,
what
and
I'm
then we can
saying.
love our brother and our sister.
That's what I'm saying, sister.
Knowing
That's
who
what
we
I'm
are.
saying.
Knowing who we
Knowing who
are.
we are, loving ourselves and our own black skin, and then continuing that love onto our brother and our sister. One thing about God, people must understand when he said, "Treat thy neighbor as you treat thyself," he meant that. If you don't do right by his own people, by yourself and by his people, we ain't never finna be nothing. We ain't never
people.
But you know what, y'all? I've been saying this for the longest too. They trying to eradicate us. They're trying to kill us. And then if you look at the other spectrum, what they're trying to do is push all these interracial relationships to bleed the black out of us. It is about eradicating the black race because they hate certain things about us. And when I say, I consistently say they fear us. The reason they fear us is because they know This country was built off the backs of Black people. If you just start to look at all the things that were invented in this country that we use today, so many of them were invented by Black people, and so many of them were invented by us and then stolen, and then the white man took took credit for it or whatever. But they know how powerful we are. They know we can survive anything, and that's what makes them fear. They know if we get a little power, they fear. You know what? This football player, he was interviewing this coach, and he asked this coach, he said, why is it you don't have a lot of Black coaches? And you know what the white man told him? He told him, because he said, y'all already, anything y'all do, y'all take over. He said, if we let y'all be coaches, we won't have anything.
Didn't I tell
Well,
you
don't
that
worry about
the
what they
system
say.
of
Just do
racism and
it.
white supremacy is a global system? It's profitable. It's capitalistic. It's not going anywhere because of what you just said.
That's why I'm saying they fear us. They do fear us in a different way. That's part of what motivates them to do what they do to us, because they so worried. They know how they treated us, and they feel like if we ever got power, we'll treat them like they treated us.
But they don't understand that we are our people.
See, let me tell y'all something. You know, my grandma used to say, call that devil by its name so it will flee. But you got to identify what that devil is. That's why I said the word I said earlier. I'm not going to say, I'm going to say little hats. But let me tell you, is that really
Don't. Little hats is not acceptable. We can't.
I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to say the word.
No, that's absolutely not.
You have to identify who the real enemy is so that you can know how to deal with them. It's like the art of war. You have to know we are not our enemies. They got us thinking right now with this. That's why I said, let this be a psyop, because when they got Black men, cops killing our brothers killing our brothers as a cop in official capacity. So that's got to say something to the psyche that, damn, we're not shit. You know what I'm saying? We on some big shit. We on some bullshit.
They keep us divided. They don't want any other community to band with us. They don't want band with us. You're never gonna see. As a matter of fact, Al Sharpton.
Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. Now, let me.
Wait a minute.
That's
Let me
not
finish,
true now.
and then you can respond.
No, I'm not gonna let you finish that statement, because when Martin Luther King was marching, it was white folks out there, Puerto Ricans, all types of people out there.
I'm talking about now, ma'am. I'm talking about right now. I'm not
even
talking
when
about
Malcolm X. When Malcolm X.
I'm talking about the present day.
Okay,
the
but
present day.
we have to understand. We have to understand. Even in the present day, it's the other people.
No, ma'am.
These W people is out here seeing all of this thing happen too, and best trust and believe they feel enraged just as much as we do. Sometimes you don't understand that, but it is the truth.
Yeah, well,
we don't. Everybody don't hate Black people.
I'm not saying everybody does. What I said is they don't band with us. Like
they do. They do though. They do though.
With this police reform, that's part of the reason why we can't get it passed.
Yeah, but them people in the House of Representatives and them people in the Senate. Now, let me just say that. But regular people out here on the streets, baby, in New York, no, because I live in New York, and let me tell you,
I don't live in New York. I'm speaking for
you live in Texas.
My opinion. This is my opinion. I understand. I respect your opinion,
they band
but
together.
This is mine.
Lots of communities band together, Puerto Rican, white, and all. When something like this happens, anybody can look at it and see it to be the wrong that it is, and trust and believe.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that they can look at it and see it wrong. Yes,
and they do band together with us.
With George Floyd, I never seen what happened when it was George Floyd, and even with the George Floyd, all these people out here marching with us, we still weren't able to get change. Because a lot of times people will go march with you, people will come up and speak to you, but when it's time to put something on paper, it's a different story.
Okay, so what's the solution? What's the solution, Talking Faces?
I don't know what the solution is, but I think it's education and us. We have to know how the system works. We have to teach our people and make them educated from a young age. We need to raise them up knowing who they are, for one. Because if we knew the people that we really are, our lineage, we wouldn't stand for this. But a lot of us don't know who we really are, and that's part of the problem. Then we have to instill education so we can get educated, so we can have people in there to be at the table. It's a whole lot of different things that we have to do. At the same time, I do believe we need to have our own. We need to have our own banks. We need to have our own schools. We need to have
We
our
do
own
have our own banks.
libraries. No, but I'm not talking about just one or two.
Going in and out.
Yeah, I'm talking
We
about
have
everywhere. Everywhere. We need to have our own everywhere.
But
That's
you know,
what we
Mommy,
need to do.
let me say this to you. That sounds all good and dandy, but the first thing you do when you try to go start your own school, you're gonna go to the white man and ask them for some money. Because
Again,
we need to put in, but we need to help. That's what I'm saying. We need to collectively, start putting in money, using our resources and pulling them together so that we can create our own. You
I
understand?
agree with you. The
right.
4
We do
trillion,
need to
they
create our
said
own.
we're on pace to spend, Black people are on pace to spend in 2023 $4 trillion. We need to leverage our buying power. We don't do that. Also, to your point about schools, when Oprah opened that school over in Africa, you know what? I'm all for that. But at the same time, to me, I felt like she should have opened a school here. Because if I was a rich Black person, if I was Oprah, what I would do is I would start state by state. And I would invest in that state, and Black people have their own schools,
Wait a
their
minute.
own libraries, their own
Are you
banks.
talking about the Oprah school that the little girls were sex trafficked? I'm sorry, keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm talking about that school she did over there. But I'm saying we needed to schools over here. Like LeBron had he has his own school. I think he has a school.
Yeah.
Kanye had a school. But let's not focus on I'm just saying, if all the rich Black people that are in this world, if they cared about helping their own people,
They don't care.
Ma'am, let me
Exactly.
talk to you about that, ma'am. Let me straighten you out on that, ma'am. Yes, these people got this
Oh
money,
my
so you
God.
think they're rich, but listen to this. They're not allowed to help their people, ma'am.
So right.
They're
Tell
not
the truth,
allowed,
they
ma'am.
Well, I didn't say
Don't you
why they
think they
didn't
would have
do
done
it.
it enough?
I
No,
just said
ma'am.
if they did it. If they did it. I don't know why they don't do it.
Did it, they're gonna get it taken. They're gonna
Okay,
get taken
So
down.
right.
Like
whatever you
this
want to
sounds
say
good
is the
in theory.
reason. I'm just saying if it was
No.
done.
What she's saying is absolutely true. When they gain all of those riches, the one thing that they tell them that they cannot do is spend that money in their very own community.
Thank you. But
I know that. I know that.
build a movie
It is
theater,
profitable
put a
to
store
not
in
help your
there,
people.
but they ain't gonna do nothing to help and build up your neighborhoods, help your people. They can't do it, ma'am. It's in their contract.
Listen, I know it's big money and not helping. That's why you get so many people that work against Black people, because it's very lucrative for them to do that. They pay them. Candace Owen, she's paid to do what she does. So I understand that.
I don't know. I don't know
Wait
about
a
that.
minute, ma'am. You said that it
Let me
was
tell
in
you
their
this right here.
contract.
When they
I
sign
don't know
a
about
wait a
money
minute.
deal,
Who
they
said?
have a contract. Better read it. Yes, ma'am. Whoever you are, tell Peter. Let me tell you something. There are
My
things
name is
clause
Keish
in those
Raj, and it's
contracts.
absolutely not in their contract to not help their people. That doesn't make
ma'am.
a bit of sense.
It's there.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't think
Okay.
she meant that
Yeah, it is.
literally, but
I'm sorry to say that. When Jay-Z went over to Africa and built that system for them to have fresh water over there, they told him, Negro, if you ever do that again, you won't have another dime. And he never did it again.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. It may
They
be
let them know. You don't take our money and go over there and do nothing for nobody, nothing for none of them Negroes.
Yes, it is.
I don't believe that it's in their contract, but I do know that they do not like it when you help. They don't want our people to help our people. I know that. That's why they throw money at them a lot of times. And I do believe when there are people that are very successful, it's at some price. I can't tell you
I
exactly
don't
what all the
understand why they
prices
can't take
are.
their own money and go build a school in the community. Who's stopping
They
them from
can't
doing
do that,
that?
baby.
I
they
think
don't
they
allow them
could.
to do that.
They can't.
They don't allow them to do that. Let me tell you something. It's so many rich people out here in the world. Ask yourself why everyone ain't got no school. Why everyone
Well,
ain't
I
got
don't think they
no black.
necessarily want to do it. I don't think all the rich people, all the rich Black people, I don't think they want to do it. One thing about Black people, we want to be the only Black person that has this. That's how Black people are. So sometimes I don't think they don't want to do it. It's not that they're afraid to do it. Some of them don't want to.
But really, it's
I'm
like
right. I agree.
it's there. It's probably in there, but it's worded really, really cleverly. It's called color words. Okay, in those contracts.
No,
They
it's
know.
not. You making,
No,
ma'am,
it's there,
stop,
ma'am.
please.
Ma'am, you
No,
think
it's
they would have
not.
done it already? How many millionaires
They
have we
probably
known
don't
that
want
they
to do
got?
it. It's not in there.
Or they don't
What?
want to help us?
All of these black people
Okay,
in
and
positions.
we
Do you think they
worship
would sign
them.
a
We
contract
buy
to
their
tell them how they can
tickets. We
spend their
go to their
money?
shows. We go to their games, and oh man, I'm listening to you talk to me, and we still putting idolizing them, buying their shoes, buying their. Man, come on, I'm listening. Keep going. But you can't put
We
money
doing
where the
that on
money is.
our own. We're doing that on our own. Buying they
Yeah,
shoes,
but
buying they
think about
brands.
it. But you got to think about it. All these rich black people, and not one of them never wanted to build a school in their community or do something for their community. It got to be something that they being told that they can't do it.
Well,
It
Kanye
got
West
to
did
be.
it. LeBron James did do it. LeBron has a school right now. Kanye
Let me
West
tell you
closed his
something about
school.
LeBron. Let me say this right, because everybody like to say LeBron this and
I'm just
LeBron that.
saying he did a school. You said nobody did it, and I
But
know 2 black people did.
But listen. You know, 2 black people out of all of these millionaires, all these years that got a school. Come on, baby.
Wait
It
a minute. We
ain't
not
adding up.
listen. We are in
We
agreement with each
know.
other. I only simply
We
said
know they have a
that there are 2 that
contract.
did
But
it.
we know they have a contract, but I don't think it's in their contract to say you
Yeah, I don't
can't
believe
build a
that
school,
either.
you can't build a community system, you
Yeah.
can't build hospitals, you can't build. I don't think it's in their contract to say they can't do that. But we know they have contracts, sure.
Unspoken contract, maybe, but it's the words are there. Like
Well,
they
too
have
bad we don't
contract
have that
documents
young
that you
lady up
can't
here,
talk
because it's
about
a
certain
young lady
things.
that be up here sometime and she work in the industry. She could have told us yes or no, and simply just answered it and no. But I believe that they are being told that they cannot do that. Period. Point blank. LeBron James was able to get his school together for reasons of that have nothing to do with the basketball league or none of that, and that's because he friends with Obama. Let's just be clear. Okay, certain people are allowed to do certain things because of the who they know and the elbows they rub up
They
against.
try to make it like
Because
they're doing something. Yeah,
Okay, I live in Ohio and I haven't seen anything LeBron did here, so I'm
I'm looking
confused
too. I
about
ain't seen
that.
nothing either.
well, he do got a school now. He got a school now. But now, what
I
you say?
don't
You
know
live in
about
Ohio
LeBron
and
have.
you ain't see him do nothing right there in the neighborhood where he came from, right?
I
Right,
saw they
I'm
got
not in
an
Akron,
promise
I'm in
school.
Cleveland, but I'm 30 minutes away from Akron. But yeah, I don't see him. I don't see nothing LeBron got here.
They say
He
so.
has a school. He does have a school.
No, they say they got all the LeBron James Family Foundation's work enrolled into the I Promise School, an Akron public
Yeah.
school dedicated to those who are already falling behind, in danger of falling through the
Yeah.
cracks.
He has a school. I know
But
he
I
for
don't know
fact.
that
Yeah, he
it's
got
a
a school.
foundation, ma'am.
No,
Okay,
it's
well
a
maybe
school.
that's.
It's a
And
school.
I don't
that's
know
just
about
wait,
a
that's just another
school.
fancy word of saying, let me roll my money somewhere so I can get a tax break. I'm listening, but keep going.
Exactly.
Keep talking, y'all. I'm listening though. Y'all keep going.
He has a school because I remember when he opened the school, he uniforms, he paid for all their uniforms and they went to the school. The press covered it. He does have a school. So I know for a fact he has
I
one.
will have to look that up, but I'm right here in Ohio and I don't see no school of LeBron nowhere.
Well, you might not see it, but he does have one.
Has a
Oh.
foundation, but he don't have a school that's dedicated to the betterment and enrichment of Black children or youth students. Nope, I don't see
Well,
that.
I don't know what his school is, what curriculum they teach. I just know he have a school. I don't know what
Yeah,
they
I gotta
teach
look
in
it
the
up.
school, but
Yeah, I
he
gotta look
does
that
have
up.
one.
Somebody look
Yeah.
that up so we can find out exactly.
And Kanye had a school
Yeah,
and
I
he
gotta look it
closed it.
up.
Well, Kanye ain't got
I'm
no
30
school
minutes
no
away
more.
from Akron, but I don't know. It could be in Akron, but I'm in Cleveland, so I'm not sure.
Kanye ain't got no school no more.
No, he don't. He closed it.
Yeah, his
I thought
children.
Kanye was building a whole entire sustainable community.
That's what he's saying now. That's what he's saying he working on now. So I don't know.
That's right, Sherry. The little hats have their own. Why we can't have our own?
Because they
we
gonna
need our
tear it
own
down, burn it up, and bomb it like when we had it before.
But then, hey, hold
Yeah,
on.
we need our own
Do y'all
everything.
find it kind of ironic that ain't no little white W kids? Ain't nothing but it's just all little W children pound the schools up, and you'll never see no Black children.
Trump said
And
that.
talking faces, that goes back to what you were saying about building the schools and they have some what's his name? Brother Ben X. Is that his name? Brother Ben X?
Uh-huh.
They're
Cornell
building
X. I don't
sustainable.
know who you talking about.
I know who you're talking about. Go ahead. What about him?
Yeah, he I just seen a video about him the other day, and they're buying um plots of land all over to start building communities, and they had people donating them land, and they're going to start building. They're going to teach people how to farm, and they're going to build school and
Oh yeah, I did
hospitals.
that.
And they've been donated a lot of land, and they're already getting started with building a lot of stuff, and they have families that have already moved there to these communities, and it's going to be our people and everything for our people in these communities. I think they're starting in Atlanta, but they have some in Texas too.
Yeah, you know what? That reminds me. One of the reason that came about is in Atlanta, they have started closing all of the hospitals in the Black
Mm-hmm.
community. There's no hospitals there. You have to go to the white area because they closed the hospital. Another thing that they decided once COVID was over, all of these people that get housing, the people that own these buildings will not allow them. They won't take these vouchers for these people to have housing. Now, these people that own these white buildings, they're saying they're not going to utilize their building to put low income Black people in. And a lot of Black people in Atlanta are homeless now because they said they don't have anywhere to go because everybody is saying they don't want to take the vouchers from the government for housing.
What
Can I
what
just
vouchers
chime
are
in
these?
on that one with the vouchers? I'm a landlord, and what they're not telling y'all, they don't pay. They need to look at the government because they don't pay Section 8 for 90 days for the first payment. They'll pay you your
What
back rent, but it takes up to 90 days. So from me, many a times you might as well just take a regular tenant because the only thing they will pay for them, they would have to get that for social services, is the security. You got to wait a whole 90 days.
So you're saying that's why they don't want to take
That's
the
why us
second
as
housing?
yeah. Why would you? And then they make you do a bunch of inspections. So
Yeah,
right
they do
now,
that. Yeah.
your local municipality, where I'm a landlord, you already got to do what they call a C of O inspection, and then Section 8 then want to have do their inspection. Plus, you got to wait 90 days,
What
and
city you
then you
in?
got to before they pay you your first initial check, you have to wait 90 days. Now I
What city
had
you in?
I'm in that's in Jersey. All of them take that long
I was
to
thinking the same
pay.
thing.
No, not
Yeah,
all of them.
it's
Not all of
government
them.
At least
Not
it's
government
all of them.
guaranteed.
it's
Wait a minute.
government
So you saying that if somebody want to move into your property, the government will give you a voucher, but you won't get paid for 90 days?
for night, yeah, before they start making the payments. So say if that person is on Section 8, usually they can get help from their local social security will give them the security, but that first month
I mean,
rent,
social services.
sir, I'm sorry, social services will help them with the security deposit, but the first month's rent, no, there you won't get the first month's rent until after 90 days. Then they will back pay you that rent, and
That's
then it
great.
will continue on.
That's
But
great.
remember, we got to pay our bills within that 90 days. So so why would I choose that when I can just take a regular tenant who's going to give you the first month rent and security when you move in, and you don't have to do those inspections?
But
It
it's kind
just
of like a
If
50-50
you're
because
not
you
a
can get a regular
slumlord, you shouldn't
tenant.
have any problems, ma'am.
Well, the
Yeah,
inspection.
yeah,
And let me
Well,
say,
let me tell
yeah.
you this.
That
Well, let
money
me
is
ask you
guaranteed.
this. Can I
yeah,
ask you
that's
something? Would
guaranteed
you
money,
go to
honey.
work and wait for 3 months to get paid?
Shit, not me.
Yeah, okay, so that's me too. So if I gotta pay the
Mhm.
water bill, I gotta pay the light bill, I gotta pay heat. We have ongoing expenses. Now I had a tenant that was Section 8 just recently.
Mhm.
Once it gets started, but that landlord have to be willing to take that on and wait for their money. Y'all don't even want to wait
Mm,
2 weeks before you get
right.
paid, and this is what I'm saying. They need
Mm,
to direct their change to the system. It's the bureaucracy. And
Yeah.
this is what I keep saying. Black people, if we're not economic and you're not in the game and actually running businesses, you don't see this side of it. And New
yeah.
Jersey, our property taxes are expensive. to my property. One of them is $8,000 a year for property taxes, and the other is $10,000. And y'all saying y'all in New York, them taxes, you got to pay your taxes every month.
That shit
yeah,
Yeah,
so
and that's the
it's,
purpose of renting a house out is to help you pay your bills until you get the house paid off.
well, what
I
it
mean, I get
is
it. People don't
though,
want to
and
wait.
so if I gotta wait 90 days, you
Yeah.
gotta fund that. And a lot of landlords are, I was a single mother when I started. So why would somebody else carry somebody else's bills?
Right, it's
So
gonna
they
put you in
need
the
to
bond.
So that's
they
what's
need to
going on in
direct
Atlanta
their
then.
thing at the city.
Mhm.
At the system
Well, she's
itself.
speaking about what's going on in New Jersey. She didn't say what's going
No,
on in Atlanta.
it's a government HUD program. Section
Honey,
8
I know that I'm on
is
housing.
HUD.
And trust me, when I moved into my new place in November, my landlord got paid in November. He didn't have to wait 3 months to get no money
Now,
from
what I want
Section 8.
to what I
I'm
want to
on
say is
Section 8.
What
that
type of
what I
what
want
type of Section 8 do you have?
Rashida.
City or
I have
federal?
regular Section 8, boo. And they
City
only pay
or
a
federal?
small
Because
portion.
it's too tight. Now, the one that's portable where you can move from state to state, some of
That's
that
regular Section 8 anyway. You have to be on regular Section 8 for a full
it's
year.
too
And then
tight.
once you're on regular Section 8 for a full year, then you can move over to any state. That's regular
Okay,
Section 8.
so it transfers to the federal level. Some of it is a local to
Some
a
of it's like city
municipality.
got it, I think. City
Yeah, so
government.
if you got a
Yeah.
housing project, that's still
Well, I don't
funded
live in no
by.
housing project.
No,
I
ma'am.
live in a three-bedroom
I said a housing projects that is also HUD subsidized. So that's a different type of Section 8. That it's an income program for that building. Another part of what they don't tell you, the big buildings that take it, they have to be approved in order to take that HUD too. So they have to
okay,
do.
so
Okay.
I want to say while y'all talking about the vouchers and everything, how many of those people do y'all think will go to one of those lands that these people are building for people that's in situations like that and live amongst our people and start to build the unity and go to those black schools and live on those lands and live in those houses that's provided instead of using those vouchers?
You mean to in another country?
No, in the different states that they're building them up at. I just told you about the lands that they're building here for us. One in Texas, one in Atlanta. They have them all over
They
for
have
our
land
people.
grants?
But is it
Yeah, so they can
like
go there and they can learn how to farm and they will provide the housing for them,
She
but
wasn't
they
up
have
here
to
when you
help
was talking
build.
about that.
I was
Huh?
listening, but I didn't know
Oh
you can
yeah.
port your Section 8 because the building have to already that's why they have to do
No,
the inspections.
Let me
Unless
no, I'm
say
saying
this to
instead
you.
of
Let
being
me
on
answer your
Section 8,
question, honey.
period.
Let me answer your question. If they want to take that Section 8 voucher and go into one of those communities and those housings are approved for Section 8, they can move right in with the same Section 8 voucher that they use as long as the
No,
inspection pass.
they don't need the voucher. They can go live in these houses for free and do work on the land. They can help farm, build the schools, build the
Oh, well, I'm
housing,
sure a lot of people will be ready
and
to
the
yeah,
jump
houses
a
on
will be
lot of
something like
people
provided
is
do.
for
the
them.
housing
that.
up
Hell, I want
to
to go there if they ain't talking about no rent.
is the housing up to par? Or they'll lose the voucher if they're not using it though. So
Yep.
Yeah,
somebody will
you
have
gotta
to
look
take
at
the money.
you have
Okay.
to look it up. It's that program I was telling y'all about with that guy, Ben X.
Yeah. So you just saying regular people, if how many you think regular people won't do that? I think it's a lot of people. Some people
Now,
don't want to work.
hold on. Let's be clear. Ben X is very much a Muslim. Let's just be clear. So I don't know if they'll even be offering this type of situation to all people.
To us little regular
They
black
offering it to
folks.
anybody
Exactly.
they're offering it to anybody that wants to come and start building our own everything. If you want to
You
go
sure
out
about
there and
that?
you have different, yes,
Well,
I'm sure.
okay.
Not it's
Oh,
not just for Muslims.
I'm gonna need
It's
I
y'all
not
need
to
for
to look
Muslims.
into that because if I can live
yeah, look
rent
into that,
free
y'all.
and build on the land and build my own farm and my own garden and things, I'm gonna have to look into that, baby.
Why
Okay, now
did they look at getting what is that the farming, what do they do for the approval for farming, because they got a government program for
They
that.
already have they already have their inspections and everything. They
like
have families
agricultural
that
stuff.
have started to move there already that are living there right now as we speak. A
Mm.
man just moved
So
his wife, him and his 3 kids out there, and he's out there living in one of the houses and
what's
he's
baby?
already started planning. and doing farming out there
Oh,
already.
what is it?
He's in Atlanta.
USDA loan?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because they'll
He's
give
in
them money
Atlanta.
even
Yeah,
in
Ben X in
person.
Atlanta anyway. Yep.
Okay, that sounds good.
That sounds good. That sounds real good. I know he's a stand-up guy. He ain't got no anything that he put his hand on turn to go. And he's got a healthy financial background anyway. So yeah, if he say he doing it, he doing it. He's always been very.
We're gonna keep that brother prayer that he stays safe because we need him like that.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's showing up
He
right,
said
huh?
he was, yeah. He said he was looking for 200 acres, and he posted it. And by the end of the week, they had people donate like over 2,000 acres of lands in different states. They are out there doing it right now.
Sounds
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, NY peeps, they always highlight our shortcomings, and put us. They always blast our stuff out over the media. That's why a lot of people think the way they do about our race of people because they always, putting us out there in bad light. But you don't see other groups of people being shown and broadcasting across your screen.
But who say that we the only people that get Section 8 though?
I was reading the comment.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying we not the only people that get Section 8 though.
More
That's
white
not
people.
Honey, let me tell you, they got more white people, excuse my language, W people on food stamps than we could ever be on food stamps. And then Puerto Ricans on food stamps hard, baby. Trust me, I know. I be seeing
I
they
used to work for the Human Resources, Department of Human Resources, and it's definitely more of them that get that more than we do. Definitely.
Peace and love. Ashley say, how will he keep the riffraff away on his properties? One of the sisters was talking about Ben X.
Well, I'm sure he interview people. He ain't just gonna put anybody out there.
Like you have to be credit worthy, working. I mean, what is it? Because you say it was free, so I'm trying to figure out how is he making money.
It's like the people they call in and they tell them, hey, I'm a teacher. I can start teaching at some of the classes. Hey, I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do farming.
Okay, so like
people are
bordering.
calling and they're calling and offering their services, and they provide the houses. Excuse
like
me.
Bartering, like if I have a skill, I can barter my skill to. That's what it sounds like. I can do something in exchange for
I wouldn't call it bartering. You're helping build up a community for our people where we own all of our stuff. You're gonna live with your people and build your own communities.
But do they get an income? Is there an income? Because people still need money to survive too. So they
I don't have all the answers. I just started researching it.
That's just the thing. Now that's just what you just said. How they didn't. Ain't nobody seen this nowhere, and I ain't seen it nowhere. And I follow Brother Ben X, but I ain't seen it nowhere that he was.
Look it up. Look it up.
Let's check.
I'm gonna find out because I believe you. No, I believe you, but I'm just saying. Look how it's not being broadcasted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
until you just said it.
They're just getting it started. I think I literally just watched this like maybe a few days ago. So they're just getting it started. Like I said, it's only like 2 or 3 families that's moved there already. So that's the land that they have. All of the permits and everything is all passed and finished. They're not taking any donations. They're not taking money from the people. They're starting this up with their own funding. And then people are calling and telling them like, hey, I can be a teacher. Once we start building the schools, I can teach the kids there. And you're going to live there. Like this is going to be our own communities for our people, by our people.
That sounds beautiful.
Wow. Okay, ladies, we're gonna have to come back and talk about that and do some research and talk to people that's doing this, interested in doing this. So we can figure out if there's a blueprint that we can do this in our own cities or communities and find some land somewhere, and we could probably get a blueprint.
And he's gonna document the whole entire experience. He said they had to switch over the soil and everything, turn over the soil and everything. They have people that have donated them machines and all types of stuff to turn over the soil. So he's documenting everything because he don't want people to question their integrity or say that that's why he don't want to take donations right now. He want to get everything started. And he's going to document the whole series. So they're just it's just getting started. But yeah, we can talk about it later. I don't have all the answers, but it's
when we find out how that's
going. I'm glad you brought that up, sister, because we didn't know nothing about it.
What state are they in?
They have people have donated them land in Texas.
Okay.
Atlanta. The families, the few families that moved in already, I think they moved into the land that's in Atlanta, and then they have some in Arizona, Colorado, and a few other places. And not only that, they have had people that have called in all over the world and are donating them. They're sending over nuts and seeds and trees and oils and everything. Yeah, it's lit. Yeah, it's definitely we definitely need to go over that again.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to revisit this, and then you get some updates and some people that's involved. Maybe they can come and share with us and tell us what we.
Well, and make sure you come back and let us know when you get some information too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you too, all of us, and just do our own due diligence and bring that back so we can see.
Yes, it's somebody in the comment that said people donating land. Yes, because people are donating the land because they've been sitting on the land that their parents left them and they're doing nothing with it. So they are absolutely, they jumped on board. They love the idea. So they're donating the land. What's going to happen is they're going to start planting stuff on this and they're going to start selling and making their own money. And the people whose land are donated, they're going to compensate them for something. So stop. It's just people like that all the time that's always got something to say.
No,
It's
don't pay
crazy.
no attention. Listen, don't pay no attention to that low
Wall
vibration.
Street
know, land in certain areas
Hold on.
is real cheap.
We need to tame ourselves when it comes down to people and they low vibration. Stuff like that you do what my mama used to tell me. Just ignore it.
Ignore it, right? Because this
If
sounds
your
like some Black
grandparents
Wall
left you
Street
some
in the making
land,
again. You know, like the Black Wall Street, where we can build and have our own economic system and infrastructure, so that we can, become, economically enfranchised.
But even in, like she's saying, in Colorado, some places too, in Arizona, land is really, really cheap. So
Yes,
they
it
even
is.
have a website. I won't. It's called ruralvacantland.com, where you can start
let me see
making
if I can find
payments
them.
if you want just to buy raw land. Of course, it's not going to be in these city areas. You might have to go into some other states. You know what I'm saying? But you can buy land if people are interested. Like they have some land for $500, or they'll have some things you can make payments on if you want a couple of acres of land. But a lot of people don't want to move away from big cities. So that's just the only downturn. And like the other lady, I think it was Talking Faces, you just got to
Okay.
figure how you make the income.
Okay, it's called Here After, HERE After. It's called Buying Land and Building Communities.
Okay, thank you for that information. I'll look into it.
Is that the Brother Ben X thing you was talking about?
Yes, it's him and it's another brother. They have like 5 more people that's joined with them, and it's called Hereafter Farms. And they have yeah, they only wanted like 200 acres and they're now over 2,000 that has been donated to them. And yeah, they're going to be buying land and building communities.
Thank you,
Where
Warrior.
did sister go? The other sister, she dropped off. Where'd she go?
She
Talking Heads, the one they've been
she
trying to get rid
probably
of. She dropped
might have
off.
came back.
Disconnected.
The other sister, she dropped off. Where'd she go?
Shoot, anybody got some land to donate to the Crown family with? Shit.
She dropped off. Where'd she go? Ain't that right?
Somebody got their
Hello. King said, anybody got some land?
Good morning.
You need to
Good
stop.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Somebody's got us on.
Hi, I would just like to say if we can and someone mentioned this already, especially when it has to do with races and ethnicities and things like that. We don't need nobody coming back saying that we're biased or prejudiced or anything like that. So we need the monetization on this channel, and this is the reason why King is live, because this is his job, and sometimes he's multitasking, and so we need to respect his channel. And so we need to respect his channel. And in the comments,
You
we
echoing real bad.
Yeah,
constantly
somebody needs
put
to mute something.
misspelled profanity. We want to show
It's in
your
my peeps.
comments,
When she's done,
but
it's
if
in my
you
peeps.
spell
In my peeps. In my peeps. You're echoing really
profanity
bad.
the
In my
correct
peeps.
way, your
NYPeeps, can
comment
you hear me?
will be
NYPeeps,
removed.
NYPeeps, you're echoing very badly, very, very badly. Nobody can hear you.
It's behind, so I can't hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it better now,
Mm,
King?
no, it's still echoing.
Nope, you're echoing. We just heard you like yeah, it's start over. Like push something.
You have to go out and come back in.
And then mute the other room. The other something.
And actually, we've actually reached the end of this stream. Okay, period.
Tell Peter you're so funny. And no, Fish Cake thinks that we tired of y'all.
Okay, I'm here. Yes, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your time. Okay, thank you for holding it down. Okay, around here at the Lituation Win. I hope you guys all come back out tomorrow. Win. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to the Crown Family Win. Until next time.
Thank you, King.
Thank you.
Thank
Guys.
you, King. Thank you for covering this
Thank
story.
you.
Without you, we would not have been able to know that what was going on, honey.
We
I know that's
appreciate
right.
it.
Thank you.
See, now we all can